The mic should be on. I hear thee. Yeah. I need to get used to using Streamlabs, so I was gonna stream on TikTok, but I guess we gotta pull the plug already. Start moving over. I can hear the TV though. Let me lower that. Oops. Yeah, that's why I wanted to use the Streamlabs mic because it's a little bit better, like quality. The the headset for the Xbox is not it. Let me try to source it really quickly before we continue with the day. Give me 1 second. How do I sound? Do I sound like shit? If not, so I can switch it. Cause Mag says she can hear me breathing and shit. Oh, okay. I need to get those like big sound poofs. Good night, drama. Wait, where did I get these? Did y'all see that? Did I finally riz her up? Did she finally fall in love? I've never seen that happen. What can I say? When you got too much riz. You gotta swat them off like flies, dude. Bye, drama. With old purple head. I was playing a harp. It is, that's kind of random. I wasn't expecting that. How was y'all's day? Did anyone wrap presents? I wish I had a dog to spend my day with. We just have annoying ass family circling around. They've been slacking. Like, they take forever now. It kind of pisses me off. Ames. How was Among Us? I was like barely gonna start playing with you guys and we had to leave. I had just downloaded Among Us. Yeah, it's gone like that for me too. Where I don't order from them anymore because they take forever. And also because, like, fuck big business. Must be nice to live in a civilized town with fast shipping. I think everybody has. The bush baked beans, family lore. Oh, okay. Oh man, we have two families trying to hang out, and we're just like dodging every single one, back to back. They're like, "What are you guys gonna do tomorrow?" And I'm like, nothing. Go away." Does anyone else want the holidays to just be over already? It's like, can we just be done with this bullshit? Yeah, they're kind of like ruining the vibe, dude. Like, can we just move on? Like, I like New Year's more. New Year's is more fun. You get to blow shit up on New Year's. That's like the one thing that we get to do because we live out in the middle of nowhere. Birthdays. We need to fucking make that calendar. My resolution? What up, Bubble? I don't know. Be less toxic, I guess. Be a less toxic piece of shit. We can always be a little bit less toxic. Like, I was like kind of getting mad at my dad, and I was like, inner peace. Inner peace. Yeah, I remember everybody's like first handles, so I don't really have to struggle with that. Because I'm cheating with Purple Head. She just wants to spend quality time with me, that's all. It's nothing serious. Literally, his mom's side is celebrating tomorrow, and his dad's side is celebrating the 25th. We're like, so can we? We're like trapped. We literally can't fucking go anywhere. They're all asking like what we're gonna do, and I'm like, we're gonna be at the zoo. I don't know. If my family gave a shit about that, Mags, that would actually work, but they don't. Like, they can have COVID, and that's like another thing we're kind of like worried about that as well. Like, everybody gets sick during the holidays, so it's like an added stress of being forced to hang out. Why am I saving this? Why am I saving the mayonnaise? Or strep, the measles. One of them came to my house and got sick and got offended, and I told him not to be here. Yeah, people are gonna get butthurt. Nah, it was somebody else. Which is following me, by the way. No, not your sister. Your sister wouldn't follow me if her fucking life depended on it. She wants me to sell her stupid petticoat on my eBay. And she doesn't want to give me any commish. Ebola. Nah, not that one. It's somebody else. A male. There are other males lurking in here. That shall remain nameless. Because she's stupid, Bubble. The way I read that. Who are you talking about? Oh yeah, your sister's dumb, dude. She's a big dumbie. With a capital D, bro. She won't even give me commish, like $5 at least. Like she's like, no commission. Like just sell my junk for free, even though I have no way to sell it on my own. I explained how to do it, and she was like, that was rocket science to her. I was like, I can send you the QR code, and you can scan it and send it in yourself. You know, I don't have to box it for you. I'm basically just like the middleman. I'm gonna promote it for you and kind of price it for you, and they're gonna trust my little name because I have like almost 200 sales this year. I think I'm gonna hit 200 next year, but I'm like almost there. I couldn't read it since I got censored. Why'd you get censored? What the hell you been doing, Bubble? You're like banned and you're worse than me, bro. See what? What are you talking about? Oh, my bad. It doesn't show me any of that. But what do you guys think of this little layout? Is it super cool? They can't see the hamsters? Oh. Oh man. I went through the trouble of making this really cool layout. I'll mess with the Streamlabs tomorrow. It looks really cool. I liked it. I can hear her in the background. Yeah, she's talking shit in the back. She was like, oh yeah, it looks like shit. She's just like shit talking my thing the whole time. Y'all are literally making tamales just for your dad. Nobody's asking for them. You should make me chocolate chip cookies. It's such a stinky process, guys. Like the stinkiness of the chicken, like it's like low-key kind of gross. Don't get me wrong, like they're delicious, like I'll eat them, but being there for all the process, like I know she was like, be proud of me. Be proud of how good I did. She did. She like beat the crap out of that masa. She was like, you punched it like several times. No, you should make the chocolate chip cookies. Equality. I'll just go buy a pack of Chips Ahoy. Be fucking making shit. Be fucking making shit, bro. Slaving away in the kitchen. I mean, not gonna lie, Sanders are better than Chips Ahoy. But in terms of ease of use, I'll go buy 2 packs of Chips Ahoy and call it a day. Will they make me sick? Probably. These look like beers. They don't look like fucking... What's it called? Get the prepackaged dough and just eat the dough raw. Just raw dog the dough. Maggie, why you be so gross, bro? Me and Micah buy Walmart bakery cookies because I cannot bake. They're pretty good. The Walmart stuff is actually pretty good sometimes. Like those big ass muffins, the blueberry muffins. I'll fucking eat them bitches all day. How is that gross? The tube of cookie dough, dude. How is that not gross? It's all greasy and shit. When they say like I eat raw cookie dough, I'm like, bro, the tube right out of the tube. You just peel the tube and you take a big old bite out of that. Todo crudo. I've heard people eat it like that, but I don't know. I think the most that I can eat like raw is cake batter. I don't know. Have I seen the pre-cut ones? Squares. But I'm not gonna eat them like that. They look weird. They look all like doughy and shit. Well, Maggie's over there eating them like that. Doesn't it like hurt your stomach though? Because it's too like it's too concentrated or something. Cookie dough they make so you won't get salmonella. No more egg. I know some of like the vegan cookies like they don't have shit. Like you literally can't get sick from them. Yeah, he doesn't remember. I don't think I remember the ones you're talking about. I think I remember them being smaller. Yeah, they were definitely smaller than your normal ones. The normal cookies you make, they look like fake ass cookies you buy at like at a bakery. Like those snobby little bakeries that pop up around here. They're all pretentious. You do have the right to boast. Like I give you full credit. They're pretty fucking good. Like I don't even need milk. Like they're not like that nasty amount of sweet where like you eat it and it's like too decadent. It's just right. She make that she good. She bro. Nah, not like that. I don't like those. I don't like cookies like that. Like when they say like, oh, when they're fresh out of the oven though, like damn, bro. Like those like slap. They're different. Like they have like this little melty quality to them. I'm just making everybody hungry and shit. Where's that bitch so I can give her this big ass amethyst? Finally getting them drawers. I make the cookies that grandma's bills paid. All we do is talk about food. Hot Cheetos and cheese. Dude, I ate some pizza in the morning. Well, in the afternoon. And it was good. It was the little C's pizza. Yes, I put them back in the fridge. I didn't take them out, so they're still good. Don't throw them away. You're there lying to them and shit. She's like, "Oh my god, that's my favorite, bro. You're so cute." I'm like, "Yes." What's with the music? I've never heard the music be all sedentary and shit. You want a what? A chamoy pickle? The hell's that? Ugh, dude. Is it all red? Sick. Y'all eat some weird stuff. I need to show him that picture I sent Brianna, dude. That big old pickle. You big pickle lovers, you. Who said I eat that? You literally made it seem like you ate that. You're like, you should try this big old red pickle that I that I have in my pocket for just such an occasion. Nah, I ain't gonna try it. I don't like chamoy. I don't. I don't like. I don't like chamoy. I like tamarindo, or if you're white, tamarind. I don't like the way that sounds. Tamarind. Chamoy pickle. You would like that, Mags. All soaked and things. I like old people food. Rock. I'm gonna be honest with you. I've never tried that. I need to try that. I guess maybe there's something to it. You know, if you've been, how long have you been eating that? It hasn't done you wrong. Raw cookie dough. Have you eaten it like that? Straight out of the tube? You savage. Can't you pop it in the oven for like a quick minute, dude? Got no time. You just put it in the glass of milk and swirl it. Ugh, dude. I saw this advertisement at Cane's and it said plush puppy, but I read hush puppies slushy because it said it weird, and I was like, that sounds weird. That sounds like a hush puppy like with milk, like a bunch of hush puppies like chopped up in milk. And I got a visual picture of it, and it grossed me out. Well, I'm not a girl, guys. I have feelings like a girl. I like watching girl movies, but I'm not a girl. I'm a big hairy man. Ellie. I sing like a girl too. Me 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 me. All your friends in this group are girl. I'm literally turning into a girl. I wouldn't be surprised if I start menstruating with y'all. Oh my body's tender. We digitally sync. I'm already gonna start like doing mani and petties and stuff. I'm listening to like kawaii stuff that Candy put on the other day. I'm listening to BTS, like a 20 something K-pop girly. I used to be metal. I used to be like a tryhard. Look what y'all have turned me into. Listening to Chapel Roan. I just call her Chappelle. Chappelle Roan. As soon as Christmas is over in Animal Crossing, I'm doing a pink pony club. I know what a pink tax is now. I'm so progressive. We explained that to one of my cousins. She didn't know what that was. We're like, oh yeah, by the way, that razor that costs like an extra $5, it's because it's pink. You're welcome. She was like, what? It's like, yeah, congratulations. You know what blew my mind when I was growing up? When they told me that girls' clothes doesn't have pockets. Like that was like, whoa. That blows, dude. I was like, what? What do you like? Yeah, they don't have pockets. I don't know who told me. Was it you? Yeah, Sandra told me. She was like, no, we don't have pockets. And I was like, oh yeah. I think we were recently married, and I told you like, here, put it in your pocket. And you're like, what fucking pocket? I was like, in your stupid pocket right there. And she's like, it's fake. I was like, what? And I even like put my hand in it. I was like, bro, what the fuck is this? I was like, what the hell is it for? She was like, it's just to make it look like I have a pocket. And I was like, no fucking way, bro. This whole time. I was like, maybe it's because I would see like the pocket didn't look deep. From the outside, it looks like it's very like a very shallow pocket. Little did I know. Y'all just had like a stitched up thing stuck to your pants. We need sexy jinkos. I used to. No, I didn't wear those. Or did I? No, I didn't used to wear those. Our holes are stitched up. That sounds gross. That reminds me of the Matrix. Dresses with pockets. But you know what's stupid though? Like, aren't like most designers female? Like, why wouldn't y'all like put pockets in your own things? Like, that's like that's like girl on girl sabotage. Oh my god, designers are men. If I Google that and y'all are wrong, I'm gonna post it. I'm gonna Google it. Okay, Google, what is primarily what gender is fashion industry like primarily? While 80% of garment workers are women, 75% of CEO roles within the textile and apparel sector are held by men. Okay, y'all shut me up. She, I was wrong. Oh my god, dude. That is so stupid. I've been saying it for a while. Like I literally had this talk with Sandra like 3 times like straight. And I can recount every single time we brought it up. I was like, low key, like we've had our run. I think we should all wrap it up with guys running things, like for real. We're like ruining the world. And I'm not trying to be on anybody's side. I just my hot take. Like we've had our run. Like I think it's time to switch it up, guys. We need to back off already and let somebody else have a try. For real. But y'all can't throw us in like an island by ourselves. Don't leave us by ourselves. We can't cook. I'm looking for the male gaze. Banish them. You make us live like a day in the life of a woman for a day. Like, I think it's trippy that like the hormones have such a crazy effect on us. Like, remember that? I think it was on Facebook. We watched a video where the girl went to the gym and her hand touched like a chair where a guy had been sitting, and he had like I think he had Rogaine on his head, and the steroids like fucked with her. Like it affected her like hormone balance, I guess. And it was just like a little bit. Like it was like whatever like transdermally, passes through our skin, right? She was like, I felt like angry, and she was like, I felt like this sexual urge to just like basically fuck everything in sight. And also I wanted to fight everybody. I was like, God damn. Giving you PCOS for 24 hours. What does that do? Like, is there pain involved? Me, I have high testosterone level? Oh, the worst periods, cysts on your ovaries. There's gotta be like this weird um correlation between that shit, man. I feel like that's way too prevalent now. Like I never used to hear that, and now I hear it like constantly. Like a lot of my cousins have it. I just hear it like a lot more. I don't know if it's because like now there's just more awareness or some shit, but like I never heard of that before. I feel like the hormones in their food are finally fucking with us like way too much. It was not diagnosed until the 2010s. That explains it. Yeah, and and that like that Chick-fil-A like backlash that they were like, oh shit, what was it, that hormone that they were adding that they all like, oh, by the way, it's not edible. What was it, like a chicken contraceptive? and they're like, "Oh, it's not. It doesn't matter. It doesn't do anything." And then they're like, they took it off the website that it's not there. They're like, "Oops, oops, it does." They didn't even like. They had the audacity to say it doesn't do anything. Like, bro, how does it not do anything? What are you talking about? How does something that is clearly meant to alter like something really drastically not gonna affect us, bro? Like we're eating it. My pain many times has been so intense that I wake up hysterically sobbing. And Michael was like, "Should I take you to the hospital?" But hospitals don't do nothing but give you Tylenol and send you home. God damn. I had a 2.5-inch cyst that ruptured and had me in the hospital, and all they do is prescribe. Damn, Tylenol really like they have access to so many like really strong meds. PTSD from Tylenol prescription. They legit just tell you like suffer. You know, the only thing I ever heard about like pain, like mitigation, I guess, is like that they really don't like. There's really no studies on like how pain is. Oh shit! There's no hay on the chickens. The hell? There's no hay, guys. They're pissed. So they don't know how like to gauge pain. They basically have to just guess at it. My bad, chickens. There's like a bunch of grass. Why are they bitching at me? I'm giving my oh it's oh no it's not close. So the pain like studies like they really can't like pinpoint how our bodies like interpret pain. So they just have to like guess at shit. And I think there's this huge misconception with like medicine. Like you walk into the doctors and think they know what the fuck they're doing. Like they guess a lot. Like they do their battery of tests, but like they're guessing. They're using all the variables of your genetics and like your age and all the factors that fall in. But like it is just guesswork. They have to guess at what's wrong with you. I've been bedbound and immobile from the pain. Damn. I'll be honest with you, I've never felt like that kind of pain. Like I don't think I've ever felt that kind of pain. I have a mild headache and I'm like done. I get a cold and I'm like, get the fuck away from me. I don't think I'd be here if I was a girl, bro. For real, be like, I'm done. What bomb? It's for when I'm in the other mines. I'm not gonna blow nothing up. But we still have to go to work. Gotta go get that bread. I will be throwing up from pain, and they're like, kids Motrin. What? Dude, that's fucking bullshit. Laying down hurt, sitting up hurt, peeing hurts. Jesus. I had to get on the train before the doctor hospital, like, please. I felt like I was dying. Damn. I thought PCOS was just like because the research that like the little bit of like research I did was just like um your cysts are like or your ovaries have cysts, so it affects your hormones, right? But when I saw it, it said like from case to case, like there usually isn't pain. So I guess that's fucking wrong. That was a long time ago though. PCOS is a hormonal thing, and hormones communicate to each other. So you get one fucked up, they're all fucked up. I've never heard of them rupturing. That's the first time I've heard of them rupturing. when they told us about her, like I tuned it out because I was like, I don't think she was really cool with her mom telling us all that shit. Like she was kind of like, when someone's anxious when they're like talking about them, like they just brought that up and she was there, and I was like, I kind of tuned it out because you could tell she was uncomfortable talking about it, and like you don't need to talk about it if you don't want to. So I was like, okay, so we're just gonna talk about somebody else's health issues and not even ask her if she's cool with it. You go to ovulate, the egg dissolves, and the cyst gets bigger and bigger, and it either dissolves or ruptures. Jesus, or your body will create another one. Your body's like, yeah, another one. Let's make another one. Is that what that is? The the acronym polycystic many. I mean, I may look stupid, guys, but like I read a little bit. I read a little bit. I know a, a like a pinprick of things. My friend was like, I lost 40% of the blood in my body and seized. I was like, what the fuck? And she was like, ruptured cyst. You know, they make it sound so easy, but it makes me wonder about that hormone in the foods. Haunted. I paid 500 for them to tell me I was fat to lose weight. It's genetics too. My dad fat shamed me today. What a fucking prick. And that's why I don't hang out with him. And that's why I fuck Christmas. Nah. You can't blame Christmas for everybody being a prick all the time. PCOS stems from trauma. My husband limits my Dr. Peppers because he noticed that if I drank it too much, my cysts hurt worse than normal. Like if the sugar aggravates it. No wonder, dude. Like you kind of start to see like the evidence, And it's weird that you say Dr. Pepper because like my cousins love Dr. Pepper, and they have little issues sometimes, and it's like that may be tied together a little bit. Dr. Pepper and pickles. That does not sound good, but I guess. I don't know. I want to Google that. I want to Google. I think I've seen one, and it's like solid red, isn't it? Chamoy pickle. Yeah, I've seen one of these, dude. That is so weird looking. I don't think I could eat it. It looks. It just looks like it tastes funky. All these people put like takis. They cut they cut it in half and they put hot chips in it. I don't know, y'all got some weird snacking habits. I'll just eat some Werther's originals and what are they called? I'll eat some Twizzlers. I'm so boring, dude. And some Fig Newtons because I'm 80 years old. Which one? Which one? Um, which ones? Oh, the shredded mini weeds. The mini weeds. The what are they called? The Wheaties. I guess like the main like mainstream ones are called Wheaties, but the shredded wheat cereal, like I love those. Yeah, I'm 95 years old. Dude, Fig Newtons are the shit, bro. I've been eating those since I was like 8. My mom was like, "You like these?" And I was like, "Yes." She always thought that was weird. And then I like kiwis. Like I like kiwis by themselves because they're soft and sweet, dude. I am really whitewashed. I'm brown on the outside, white in the middle. I'm a coconut. You're allergic to kiwis, Ames? A Charleston chew. I might as well be like smoking a pipe and sitting on my porch. I hate kids being around our house. I'm already hitting like 80 dude inside. I have an old ass soul from like the 1920s. I believe in Gaia. I have an old soul that came back and inhabited a young body. I ate one once and went outside to play and I couldn't breathe. Oh my god, Ames. She was like, I feel funny. That kiwi. Dude, that's scary, bro. Like, that kiwi, it's made me feel weird. All lightheaded and shit. And you're just like getting dizzy outside. I hate getting dizzy like that. I used to make myself dizzy just to like see how dizzy I would get and then I'd regret it. You remember those scary ass like merry-go-rounds in the public parks? Like I would like soup it up and I it would get kind of dangerous. So I was like, if I slip off of this and I get trapped underneath this shit, it's gonna take some skin off of me. And I was like, oh well, fuck it. And surprisingly, I never got hurt. My mom was like, don't get hurt. She was. It's weird how protective she was. Like she didn't want me to get hurt like ever. I was like, let me fall, dude. Like let me get a scar or two. I'm not a fragile little egg. I was already man sized when I was like 10. I'm out of shape. Dude, I was like playing with my niece the other day and I was like getting the fucking wind knocked out of me. Just just like more, more and I was like, bro, no. She did right. I was like, dude, you guys are fucking like you only little spring roses, you know, you getting a little heavier. Like, damn. I ain't Randy Macho Man Savage. Rebecca's light. Like I can pick her up, but together, like that's like 60 pounds, dude. 60 pounds of like kid weight where they don't even budge. They just like let themselves loose. We should We would spin that thing. It's all about drinking gas, bro. One swig will send you. Why is it spicy? My stupid ass drinking like gas in a Coke can. Gas in a Coke can. I was like, rip myself. Little ass me in a hospital bed, all fucked up, getting sponge baths by sexy nurses. I know, she was older. She was like in her 50s. She was like in her late 40s, like late 50s, or late 40s, I guess. She wasn't that old. Fun fact, my best friend is named after Dale Earnhardt. Huh. My dad's like fascinated with Dale Earnhardt. He watched the fucking like special. Like he has like a steel but what is it? The steel bookcase? What am I the steel case. Oh my god. He has a collector's edition Dale Earnhardt like steel book. Not book. I don't know why I'm saying book. And he used to watch that like on repeat. Like he didn't watch it once, he didn't watch it twice. He was like obsessed with that shit. He also used to watch bullfighting like back in the day. Did I ever tell you that he used to watch bullfighting when I was little? He used to watch bullfighting. You know when you watch a movie and you get like mildly obsessed with whatever that movie was about? There was this 90s like if you remember there was this 90s movie where there was a bullfighter or like a bull rider guy. Yeah, he got into bull riding and bullfighting. And he randomly made that his whole personality. Like there's pictures of him with a bar mustache, like handlebar mustache, like full all the way. Like he watched Wyatt Earp from that Tombstone movie, and he thought he was Wyatt Earp. Like my dad is so weird, guys. Like he just randomly picked up all these like weird traits along the way. He does. He wears Texas Longhorn colors. Never watches football. Why are you exposing him? What? He's crazy. He is kind of crazy. Like he just randomly makes random shit his whole thing. Like he's like, I'm all about Wyatt Earp, and I remember that I grew up in that space of time when he was in his 30s. Like he was really into westerns, and I don't know if you watched Tombstone, but it's fucking cringy. Like I dare you to watch it. It's just like the cringiest shit. What's his name? What's his fucking name? I can't think of his name right now. Kurt Russell. So Kurt Russell has eyeliner in the movie. I forced myself to like try to watch it. I think last year, and I distinctly remember Kurt Russell having eyeliner the entire time, and I was just like, why was he wearing eyeliner? Like this is the Wild West. Yeah, Tombstone, but Dungeons Down would randomly be like, what if I buy a tractor? He does the most weird, like random shit all the time. And if I'm with him, it makes it worse. Like if we're somewhere together, my dad just randomly buys like these weird things, and he goes down these rabbit holes of just making that his whole personality. I think the one thing I wish he had left behind when we used to live in that other town we used to live in, like if he had just left fishing behind. I really fucking hate fishing, dude. Like if you love fishing, I judge you. It's the most boring thing you can fucking do on earth. You're just sitting there with the thumb up your ass, waiting for the fish to come. Like, bro, I'm so impatient. Like, just throw a stick of dynamite in there so we can go home. Y'all can fish together. Y'all can go over there and fish. No, I'll tell them the story where he almost drowned our stupid asses because he took us to SPI on my birthday, and we almost fucking drowned because there was like a squall. There was this huge ass like wave because there was a huge storm, and he was like, "It's getting a little choppy." I'm like, "No, this isn't fucking choppy. This is like storm winds. We're gonna get trapped in some whiteout shit. Like this is intense." And I was like, my grandpa was getting a little scared. He was like, "Yeah, oye, está feo para acá." And I was like, "No shit, grandpa. It's getting real. I don't think we're gonna make it." Like our shitty boat was small, and there was like 6 of us in there. Because we're so stupid. Like, why would we put so many people in there? That's a 4 person boat. Like, that's a 4 human boat. My dad always has to take like 2 extra people, bro. I'm like, my mom didn't need to fucking go. She doesn't even fish, and she got stabbed by a catfish. That's what she gets for being there. She's so stupid, bro. Like, why would you go with my literally like the most boring people you could be around? Me and my grandpa and my dad. And she's there like a pick me, trying to make it her thing too. She's like, I can fish. Oh, hey, my mom's so cringy, dude. Uh, mm, no, because I finished all the sodies. I guess bring me a Coke Zero. I guess a water. Water's so boring, dude. Water sucks. It's the holidays. Noodling. Oh, when you stick your arm in a hole, dude? No. That's like, that sounds terrible. That sounds like a terrible time. I wonder if there's an alligator or a catfish. It could be both. I could get my arm snapped off by an alligator. It could be a catfish. I don't know. Ice fishing sounds kind of interesting, but I like freezing my ass off for what is essentially just normal fishing. It just adds to the frustration of like, why am I sitting out here torturing myself? And I thought like maybe I would like to hunt, you know. And then when I got older, I was like, I don't think I could just be killing shit, you know, like just be sitting there like hunting something like just seems odd to me. Like I get you're gonna eat it if you do eat it, but like, mm, I don't know. Hot boxing in the hut. You're just like farting in your own little fucking tent. It's like, damn, it stinks. I wonder what that smell is. It's like 3 dudes locked up in a tent together. We were talking about that the other day. I was like, all those hunting trips that people go on, and all the men are like traveling alone. They leave their wives behind and shit. Like they're not hunting, bro. They're over there hunting each other. I don't know where we saw it. They were like, dude, they're not hunting. They're like clapping each other's cheeks and then going back home. Men usually they be smoking cigars, all right, but they're different cigars. Oh no, that cigar. Is that a cigar in your pocket? They're smoking poles. They are, dude. Like I always, I always like, I always thought it was a little sus to be like going off and hiding with your friends like that. So I was like, why would you like go out of your way to go hide with your friends from everybody? Hog hunting. They're hog hunting. Ames. Those hogs are crazy. The guys just by themselves, like they never come back with anything. They're just like, why don't you guys ever catch anything? Why don't you guys ever like bring something back? And they're like, it's just it's rough. Like they're hard to catch. Like yeah, right. You guys are catching something else. All alone in the wilderness, knowing each other. And the other girl's like, oh, he's gonna bring us back a big pig for us to cook for Christmas. The girls are gonna go and we will shuck so many clams. Y'all are gonna go fishing, all right? All those oysters. Gotta get the sandy burrows clean. Y'all are nasty, dude. Y'all heard my accent. I live in the country. I had to do it. I had to do the impression. Y'all are crazy. I guess to each their own. I'll just you could do that at home. You know you don't have to go out in the wilderness to do that shit. Save on gas. The economy, guys, like just sit there at home and do that shit. Just tell your wife I'm gonna go get clapped in the back with my buddies. Why make the emissions, you know? Waste all that gas. I've heard of that though, like that what is it, the when they stick their arm in a hole and catch a catfish? That's scary though, it kinda freaks me out. Like what if it's an alligator, dude? Like rip your arm. Literally. My brother-in-law and sister-in-law that I don't fuck with decorated their wedding with wooden pallets. Just old barn crates. All dusty and shit. It's an old barn owl. Burlap sacks. Ugh. Old potato sacks. It's like it's aesthetic. I think they go too hard sometimes with that like barn aesthetic. Like we don't need to smell like cow shit though. We don't need it to smell like cow shit for real. It's giving it's giving Dust Bowl vibes. Your wedding smells like goat shit, dude. My cousin, my cousin did that, and there was like a billion flies. There was like a billion flies all over everything. My mom was like, "It's so beautiful." I'm like, "No, it's not, bro. Like, there's literally flies on every piece of food on this table." And they were like, "Do you want some donuts?" I was like, "No, no, I don't want donuts, bro. They're cream cheese." I'm like, "They're." I hope those are raisins. Like, I hope those are raisins. I know, and there was like cream cheese, and it was already room temp, so there was like a little puddle of it, and there was flies like slurping it up on the table in front of me, and I was just like,
"Do you want some?"
and he sat in front of me like real chill and told me he was like, "They're pretty good. Do you want one?" And I was like, "Nah, man, go for it. Like, go ham, my guy." And he like horked that donut quick, dude. Like he took like 2 bites and it was gone.
And the cream cheese.
And he dipped it in the cream cheese. Like you nasty motherfucker. That is some nasty shit, guys. Like I can't fuck with eating outside for real. Like let's have a picnic. Like no, that sounds terrible. Like fuck that. You know, if you live in Texas, it's like Fly City. But my mom like asking me that was like the cherry on top. I was just like, she was like, "It's so beautiful. You guys did such a good job." And I'm like, as she said that, I cracked the joke. Remember that her eyes are like covered in flies. All you hear is like, all you hear is like the crazy buzzing. Like, I was like, I can't hear you over the, I can't hear you over the flies. Ah, horse nets. What? Oh, here we go.
Let me tell the story.
Hear me out, guy. Here she comes. I don't want to go live.
I'm tired. Well, anyway.
Here, put the heads on. Don't be yelling into me.
Oh, hello, it's me. So the wedding. She's having like a quick wedding, right? And and I helped her plan the wedding. We planned this wedding. We set up for like 2 days. There was no flies. Not one fly anywhere. The day of the wedding, all the flies in the world.
I don't know what they did that on purpose. I feel
I
like they did
don't
that on
know.
purpose.
Like, nothing changed about the venue.
That was bad.
The whole place was full of flies. Yeah, it was bad. It was like an omen. And she didn't listen. So
I don't know. They're just like I
no,
think
no,
because there
look,
was
it's
horses
because
there.
it's a barn. It was a barn area. The vibe is country, whatever. And there was a lot of like cows and horses, but there was no flies. Like I'm telling you, I was there for 2 days straight.
Not one fly
Not one
inside.
fly. I went from the morning to the afternoon, the evenings. There was no flies. The day of the wedding, me and her mom went to go set up the last minute flowers because they were fresh flowers. And I was like, why is there so many flies? And
That was
she's
it.
like,
That should have been red flag number one,
she's
bro.
like, I don't know. So then that day was boiling hot. It's a Texas hot day, but there was supposed to be a cold front. And it's like an outdoor wedding, but it's still inside the barn and it's boiling hot. Dungeon's mom is sweating like through her menopause time.
She's having like hot
She
flashes,
was having hot flashes.
and it was like stale. Like there was no wind.
Oh, why is it connecting? Why does
And
it say offline?
no, it says offline of the Streamlabs.
Oh, uh, can y'all still hear me? Okay, yes, it can still hear me. So everyone's sweating. She gets married. They're taking pictures up in the front. The whole wedding party is walking back to the barn, and then the cold front comes in, and the air kicks up all the dirt. And when I say all the dirt, it's all the dirt in the world. So now we don't have flies, but it's cold and it's dusty.
I was relieved. I was like,
Dust
it
bowl.
was so fucking hot. It was so
I
fucking
feel
hot.
so bad for her. But she had a good time. She said it was her dream wedding, and I was like, "You do you, boo. Like if that's what if that's what you liked, if you had a good time, that's literally all that was waiting to happen." The fact that there wasn't like locusts like flying through the air at that point, yeah, it's.
Living turd.
And I felt so bad because she was like on a really small budget, and like I mean, we pulled it off in some
It
parts.
looked pretty good. There was parts that looked good. Not
Like
everything though.
I pulled it off, but never again. She had a good time though. But you need to tell them the story about your dad losing the boat.
You tell it. You hijacked the money.
No. Well, we're. Oh, you were asleep.
I was
Oh my
asleep.
God, Dungeon was asleep
Dude, I slept like shit.
because we're in Port Mansfield on a family vacay that
After a
nobody asked
funeral.
after a funeral. Okay, funeral lore. Dungeon's uncle passed away, right? Very traumatic. Super, super traumatic experience. The day of the funeral, everyone decides, let's
Yes, it's him.
let's go, yeah. Let's go to the beach because he loved going to the beach.
You want some? Let
No.
me get Snickers.
No. And like he loved going to the beach. So everyone is like, well, his brothers, it was mostly Dungeon's dad, was like, we're going to the beach afterwards. All of us in mourning, in funeral clothes, changing out of funeral clothes, packing a bag to go to the beach. Everyone's at the beach crying. We're filling the hot tubs and the pools with our tears. I don't know why they thought this is going to be a good time. So we were there over the weekend and then we all came back. So after that, they were still on the let's get together vibe. And we all went to, well, not all of us, part of the family went to Port Mansfield and we all stayed in like these little rental houses out there. And they're two-story, right? Because the bottom is like for when it floods. And his uncle and his aunt were staying on the other side, the other little house next to ours. So in the morning, we're all out on the porch because it's a big porch. And no, I didn't want to wake you up because I didn't want you to get mad. His dad comes back with his uncle and he yells at us from the bottom because they were driving from somewhere. He's like, "Where's my boat?" And all of us are looking at each other like, "Why would we have your boat? We don't even know how to drive a boat." He's like, "I left it here last night. His boat is gone." And we're like, "Oh my god." The other uncles start running, and the one driving is driving all crazy, trying to find the boat. And one of his aunts is like, "I think it's that one." Like really far down the water. And everyone's telling her, "Shut up, you don't even know what the boat looks like." And it turned out to be his boat. He didn't even, when they got home that night from fishing, nobody tied the boat. Not one. There was like six of you on that boat. Nobody tied the boat. The boat floated away slowly in the night. In the morning, a nice man that lives there saw the boat floating away, brought it back, and tied it to a different area because he doesn't know where the boat belongs. And they were already like panicking. Like the boat, someone stole a boat.
I'm just glad it didn't damage anybody else's fucking boat.
And like, all of us are like panicking because the boat is gone. And finally, his dad. No, the whole time I'm like, oh my god, he was asleep because he doesn't wake up for breakfast. I do. I'll never miss breakfast. And I was like, I didn't even get to eat breakfast. And like the boat is missing. If he gets up right now, he's gonna get so mad and it's gonna ruin the whole trip. I was already dreading it. But luckily his dad went and like turned on the little boat and drove it back to the little parking area. Like if nothing happened. He tried to play it off real cool, your dad. Like he wasn't all scared that his boat was missing. We all thought that they stole his boat. Never. Those are the things that happen to us
Whenever we're together.
whenever we're
That's why
together.
being like that with them anymore. Some weird shit always happens.
Always. We can never just have a normal. And then the day after, the day of the funeral, when we all went to the beach, Dungeon's grandma, everyone has her out on the beach, on the beach, trying to get her to have a good time, and she's just crying in the sand, and like none of us had any business being out at the beach after the funeral. We we were just tired because we had been waiting for like a week for him to come home and everything. And then like the funeral process, it was too much. But that's what this family does. This is what I married into. I married into family that gives lore like that. I'm gonna go sit down here. That was my TED.
That was the TED Talk, you guys. You left the headset all hot. With your grandma warm body. Thank goodness we got the extended version. She really really extends all the stories like that. I was like, boat missing, much panic. I feel like I'm more physical with my storytelling. Like in person, I'm a better storyteller. So you just gotta come over to my house, guys. I was done, but I had to go play. I had to go play social with all y'all and like be in that mess. I was just in a glass case of emotion. I think what I have the hardest time with is like everybody wants you to like change the subject, and it's like, how can you, bro? Like, there ain't no changing the subject right now. Like, hey, what about the weather? Like, oh yeah, it's hot like always. I think this is the furthest I've gone. Yeah, she was like, please don't piss him off. He'll kill all of us. Nah, I'm more the type of just like, I'll disappear somewhere for a bit. Just need to be left alone. It's too much, dude. Like, it's just too much. Like, the forced interaction of, like, the grieving process where you have to be there with everybody. Like, that's, like, the last thing I want to fucking do is be around others. Like, you already feel like shit, and other people are feeling like shit around you. Like, ugh. It was just. It was not it, Chief. What's up with these dinosaurs? They're, like, super tanky and shit. They're already killing me. I already did. That's all I got. These things are strong. Oh, what? It's glitching. I better get out of here. Wait, I have a cake. Oh, I have an elixir. Should I eat the cake or the elixir? Oh, I have a cactus thingy. Okay. Whew. I almost ate shit there. Damn, that didn't kill you? I mean, I bonded a little with some people, but like I was just like done. Like I was emotionally exhausted. I was like done, dude. That week was like the longest week. It felt like 2 fucking weeks crammed into one. It felt like a month had gone by. It was a whole month, basically. I think I should wrap it up because this is already getting a little too dangerous for me. I don't have any food. I don't want to eat the cake. But I'm also like intrigued. You guys are just like enticing each other with food. I don't know, but that pizza I ate in the afternoon was the shit. It hit the spot. I ate it in the peace and quiet of my living room, undisturbed, because you were at work. I watched my favorite show, not Modern Family, like always. My God, you and that stupid show. Nachos. To be honest, the hotel restaurants nachos are bomb. They're alright. I wouldn't say they were that good. I think y'all were just snackish as hell. But we'll see what we do tomorrow. It's gonna be interesting. When my aunt died, I had to be vegan for a week because she married into a Hindu family, and I ain't eating animals or milk in front of them. Oof. The dietary restrictions. But you can eat like junk food, right? You can eat like snacks. Or can you not eat cheese? Oh shit. Damn, vegan for 3 years, dude. That's that's like some commitment, Haunted. That sounds hard. I can't even stop drinking soda for like a fucking month. My kidneys, my poor kidneys. Everything has to be plant based. What happens with your blood when you're vegan? Does it turn into sap? Does it turn into chlorophyll? Ma'am, you're primarily made of chlorophyll and tree sap. No hate if you're vegan. I just think it's funny. Basically, I was maple syrup. I'm sweet and I go good with pancakes. Oh, your proteins are fucked. The blood proteins? Oh, because you're not eating meat, dude. I'm so stupid. I was like, what? Oh, like meat proteins from beans. Doesn't that make it seem like beans are like just low key meat too? Because they shouldn't have that stuff and all vital nutrients. I made that argument with my friend one time when we were smoking, and I was like, I think you could survive. Like, I think you could survive on just like, you know, what's essentially just an IV bag of like minerals and shit. He was like, yeah, but you'll just be like super weak the whole time. I'm like, but you'll be alive. You'll just be weak as shit. My hematologist was like, stop eating like that. Your hematologist is like, quit being silly and eat something normal. Don't do that no more. It's hard. Like, I don't even think I could be vegetarian, honestly. Like, I think I would want to try going vegan for a bit just to see how my body would react. Like, would I drop like 1 billion pounds? Would I get abs? Would I just spontaneously have abs? I'm like so unrealistic with what I want, dude. Damn, 40 pounds. That's a that's a big chunk of weight. But my eyeballs were sunken in. You're like, I look like shit, but I felt great. Oh, okay. I said it backwards. I looked hot as fuck. Isn't it worth it though? You're like, I can't feel my legs, but damn, dude, I'm a dime. But look at my ass. Look at my cheeks, dude. But damn. Every time you walk away, but you're like salivating when people eat fries in front of you. Didn't lose my ass, but everything else, nearly fainting. Every time I feel like I'm gonna faint, I eat a cube of cheese. Stupid weight, dude. I know the movie. Oh. I was like, are you fact checking me right now in my own live? How dare you? I passed out at 2. I was like, yeah, rock on. She's fact checking me on my own live. I think I would need like a personal trainer to stay on, like on on topic or like on point. You know, they like don't eat that, don't eat that dungeon. It's bad for you. And then I'd slowly start getting abs. Every time I feel like every time I feel faint, I take a nap. I decide when enough is enough. It's it's something I struggle with a lot. Like I can't sleep, so I'm like I have to force myself to get tired. You know, I should really stream at night, but it's like what for? There's nobody on. Nobody's on at 4 in the fucking morning. And they like could give me food that they were selling there because it was meat or dairy. I need the 300-pound sister's doctor. He's like, you have 3 months. You have 3 months. The stickers that I showed you, like, you're not 700 pounds of water. I was like, bro, that poor doctor, like, having to, like, lose his fucking marbles just to get them to lose weight. And the ladies that are on that show is like, it's because he's like, I don't want to hear excuses. I like his accent too. He's like, I don't want to hear any excuses. You need to just stop eating. I'm like, it's hard, bro. They got pizza. They got burgers. I think the like the lightest I've ever been is probably like maybe like two flat, 200 flat. But I looked weird. I look like emaciated. I look like I look like a Mexican, like those cholos, like that wear like the collared shirts and shit with high socks. I look like that. I didn't like the way I looked. I probably would have been like somebody's type, but I was like single and ready to mingle back then. I was 5'6", 93 pounds. Damn, Ames. You're like I was 4. You're like I was 3'6", 10 ounces. I was. She was a fairy. That's just my thigh. That's like half my leg. 93 pounds is like one of my legs. One butt cheek. I'm too thick, dude. I got thick thighs. They save they save lives. I'm like husky, dude. What? And to 300, so when I lost weight, I could say I used to be 300. I'm better now. I've finally been able to break 100 5 years later. You're like, I'm gonna gain weight to lose weight. The logic. If I gain, I feel like you're scamming yourself. Like, if I gain another 20 pounds, I'll probably lose 30. I gave up, dude. I'm like, you just gotta like stop. You just gotta stop eating the shit that you always eat. And you know what you always eat. There's always like those like three things that you always eat. Like, you gotta give them up. It's that shit you just won't let go. For me, it's like beverages. I need to not drink like so much sugary drinks. I don't really care for food, honestly. Like, I could give a shit if I eat like cubes of tofu for. Yeah, I'm a drinker, dude. I think I was meant to be an alcoholic. I'm a drink girly. I do. I drink my weight in whatever I drink. I'm like drinking 100 pounds of like boba. I think that would literally kill me. Like if I drank that much boba. Why are you? Why are you God's favorite? I'm trying to gain weight and it's hard as fuck because I got to get to a healthy weight in order to have kids. I don't want to be teeny. Everyone always comments on my weight. My friend literally told me on the phone today I look anorexic. That's not nice. I'm not there for that body shaming stuff. Like my dad kind of annoyed me today. He was like, me, 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 me. I'm like, shut up. You're like 5'8". You little manlet. I know he does, and he's over there getting a belly, dude. He should just shut the hell up. I'm all about whatever body type works. I don't give a fuck about like. Oh, it's too big. It's too small. We can never be right. It feels like that. Why would I want to lose weight? Like I don't know. Wear smaller shirts. Like I don't know. That was my goal for a while. It's like I just want to fit into my old clothes because it's annoying. Like jumping shirt sizes all the time, and I'm a little bit there. Like some of my old shirts kind of fit me now. You like yourself more bigger. I just wish I looked more like brawny. Because I don't want muscles. I want to look like brawny, if that makes sense. I want to look like I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. I guess like Bronson esque. Like I look like an insane person with a lot of body hair and like, but I look like I could fuck you up. I think I really fucked up not working out though. Like I would have looked like a lucha libre guy. I have the chest for it. I have a little bit of a chest. I have the pecs. Yeah, same. It's about like feeling good too. Like as much as people try to do like too much and like for this and that, like at the end of the day, like if you feel good about yourself, like that's more than anything else. Like who gives a fuck about what people think and what they're saying about you? Because 9 times out of 10, they're not even happy at what they look at in the mirror every day. So they should just shut the fuck up. I've always been like anti-bullying since I was a kid, bro. Like I hated that shit. I always thought it was weird, like when kids would get picked on in school, because there was a lot of like, um, there was a lot of migrant workers, and their kids would come through, and they didn't speak any English, so there was always like this huge language barrier for them, and the teachers were kind of mean. Elementary was fucked. Like it was so fucked around here. Like that No Child Left Behind bullshit was not true. Dungeon's family fat shamed us, but at least I can read above the third grade level. I was a bully vigilante. You bully someone, you get beat up. I tried not to get in too many fights. I was such a rule follower, dude. It's a bittersweet feeling that I can fit into my favorite pair of jeans, but my husband is treating me to new jeans. I would like to have more pant options. That kind of does suck. Like, I hate that I have to be like in this in between size and waist. That gets on my nerves. Because I'm not like big enough to be in the big and tall shit, but I'm not thin enough to be in like the normal. Well, I shouldn't say normal. I should say like the mainstream pant sizes. Because normal is such an ugly word sometimes. But they low key make you feel like a freak, you know, for being a different size. Like, oh, we don't have your pant size. Sorry, I'm not built like a fucking dwarf, dude. Me, like, body shaming small people. Like, small men with short legs. Small men with short legs. You're small, but you're lady. Like, small guys, like, bro, grow 5 inches, please. Leave the short kings alone. We don't have any short kings in our Discord. Fuck them. Nah, I don't hate short kings, but I hate them because they get like all the pant sizes to themselves. It's milestones. Dresses make me feel feral. Yeah, Sandra doesn't really mess with skirts either. She looks really good in them, but it's like I don't like if I don't want to make like if I don't want to wear something that makes me uncomfortable, why would I fucking make her wear something stupid that doesn't make her comfortable? Like it's all about like PJs now. We don't wear anything, dude. We're like in our 20s, like 9 times out of 10. You're in your underwear like 90% of the time. I'm not shaming you. I'm like that too. I just want to be in my underwear all the time. Be fucking putting on clothes, bro. Clothes sucks. It's expensive. It never fits right. It's itchy sometimes. It's cheaply made now. I need to get the fuck out of here. I'm like dying, dude. I wear jammies. Yeah, she does. She puts on her little jammies when she streams. And that little weird guy like messed me up. I don't like looking in the mirror either, Ames. Like I hate looking in the mirror. Like I actively like look away. Once in a while, like I'm like, all right, I gotta look at my face. I was telling Max about that on my TikTok. I was like, because we were talking about Bret Hart, and now like he was real like boisterous with his like ego and stuff, and like his charisma. I was gonna say charismatic. I was like, dude, if we had like 5% of that stage presence, you know, like we could just walk around with that kind of like energy. I don't think I've ever been that confident. It's okay, Santa, if you're letting them flop. If you're letting them hang. A divorced dad Christmas. You need to come and sell this junk. It's getting too full. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. What are you talking about? I know where it is. Oh man. It was a weird day. Like I had to sit there in the living room because I knew people were gonna come over. So we had to kind of just wait till everybody like fucked off. And then we could finally go about our day. We're so mean. People are like, happy holidays. And I'm like, they're not gonna come to that. Like, they're not like that with you. They they don't have that same vibe with you. Yours? Oh, in the front? Oh. Nah, they're not like that with you. I feel like they don't really mess with you a little bit. They're what's that? When they want male attention only. Like they only care for male attention. Is that pick me? I thought that was something else. They're the type of girls that like they don't have girlfriends. They just have a boyfriend. Yeah, they're the having a boyfriend types. Like that's their whole thing. You always had friends growing up. They're like, why doesn't anyone want to hang out with me? It's like, because you always ditch all your friends for all your dumb boyfriends, dude. Yes, it's a pick me. When they just like mess with guys all the time, they don't even have like one girlfriend. That's a red flag to me. It really is. Like if I see a girl by herself all the time, like she's just like bouncing from guy to guy, like, bro, make some friends, bro. Like you don't need to be you don't need to be doing all that. Like you could just chill with your friends a little bit. You don't need to have rebounds, messy rebounds right after every relationship. It's like, what do you do when you ran the whole town? You know, like you've. My friend used to do that. I told her I was finna walk if she kept dropping me like shitty dudes. Yeah, it's. I don't know. It's just a red flag. Like when you can't chill with anybody and you're just like, I only want to have like one person in my life like that. Like that's too much. I used to have friends. I give up on that. They eat up too much time. And low key, like Sandra's super jealous. She can't stand me to spend time with anybody. She's like, you don't need to go anywhere. You just hang out with me. Which one? Um, I remember in the early days, Sandra was like, you don't need to hang out with anybody. You can just hang out with me. She's like, I'm a hoot. She's like, I'm crazy and wild, and you can have a lot of fun with me. I think the one thing I didn't really mess with was like you didn't like to do like illegal things. I was like, let's break the law. You're like, no. I'm very much a friends forever, men aren't ancient mentality. I always ditch my boyfriends in high school for my friends because, like, that's usually what happens. Is like the guy just wants you for like in a messed up way. It's just like they just want property. You know, like they want to own you. I know because I was a guy. I was a guy. I'm not a guy anymore. I turned into a girl in the chat. We just wanted to own you, you know, like it's about like this commodity or some shit. This weird mentality, guys. Like your time becomes like a commodity. Like I want you around for me all the time. I want you to cook for me. I want you to make me a bunch of kids. Like nowhere in there is it like where are we supposed to actually have a good time? You know? Being a guy is something else. You guys got any weird guy questions that you've never asked a guy and they'll never be honest with you? Go ahead and shoot a question. I'll tell you if your significant other or your best friend's lying to you. They're full of shit. Yeah, why can your balls stretch so far? I think gravity and like time, but it also depends on the guy. Like, not everybody's balls are like real stretchy. Like, I ain't gonna be yanking on anybody's balls, but like, I think gravity has a lot to do with it. Just the weight, and then like I know biologically, like also the balls have to be away from the body so that our sperm don't get destroyed by the body heat. So that's legit. Some of them are taught. Yeah, you seem well versed on placement there, Haunted. I think I've been around a wang or two. Some can hold a cup of water. You like doing little experiments. You're like, don't worry, I've done the field work. I've gotten my hands dirty, so to speak. Not in a gross way. I've seen old men in the nursing home, and they were low. Were they scraping the floor? Were they cartoonishly like dragging on the floor? Would you say if like there was a strong wind that they would just like blow in the wind? Like there's a slight breeze in here. Like a gum stuck in air. That's so oddly like that's so it's so oddly specific, Haunted. I feel like you're exposing a guy out here all wadded up. And there y'all are, all slobbering all over him all the time. And there you are, like looking at him and shit. Oh no, don't take it out. And there you are, licking your lips. Shut the hell up. Bag of dust. He's like, it's a bag of sand, dude. It's a bag of sawdust because he's a crafter. He's a carpenter. I'm like, no, really, put them away. He's I'm just like, tuck those little shits back, dude. Tuck them little shits away. Don't do it. Don't take him out. I'm not gonna lie, like they do look pretty gross. Like why cover for it? But like some girls actually like that shit, so I don't know. I guess it just depends on people. He's shooting blanks, but more like poo, 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 poo. He's shooting like little dust clouds, like the tests at the optometrists. That's the loads he'd be shooting out. The little The little optometrist test. Like, open your eye real quick. It's just a quick little burst of air and dust. Not the eye. I'm not trying to wake my husband up with my laughing. I called the guy out because y'all got two scratch methods, pinch and scratch down. The the what? Mm. Oh yeah, the pinch and roll, the pinch and roll or the pinch and pull, depending on the individual, or full on nails. Ooh, I don't know about that. I just punch my balls. I just punch them until they stop itching. You just gotta knock them, dude. Like, stop! I command you to stop. PCOS to ball talk. Welcome to ball talk. Scrote FM. The average night around here. I mean, you don't want me to talk about girl stuff. It's like Loki kind of creeps. I know, we should talk about everybody. We ain't trying to single people out. What are you gonna do with all that junk up in your trunk? Look at my trunk, dude. Look at my little trunk and my little green shorts. We talk about NADS. We talk about PCOS. We talk about politics. And we talk about. Someone's like, no. Can they? You're all traumatized from politics. You're all traumatized from like the TikTok ban that I got. I feel like that affected you more than it did me. Teflon, dude. That Teflon. For real. I've been seeing like a lot of bashing. I didn't idolize the guy, I just thought he was like a normal dude. I wasn't a fanboy like some people are. I thought he was just an ordinary, like old business creep. Little did I know. They can never have like a ounce of power. I know they were saying like he was super attractive. I'm like, I guess. I guess if you guys say so, I'll take your word for it. I saw the notification and said, let me open these when I can fully sit down and enjoy. New Yorkers love his little Italian ass. He's got that big old pepperoni. He's got that big old sausage. You big sausage lovers in New York. I guess that's why you guys call it the big New Yorker, huh? He looks like two of my exes. I guess you have a type, Haunted. You have a type, I guess. Don't we all? Pepperoncini. What? Pepperoncini. Is that how you say that? I don't know if I'm reading that right. Pepperoncini? No type. The tiny peppers. guess we all have a type of like physical type. It's such a weird thing though. Like what writes that programming into our brain? Like a bigger butt or a bigger like wider hips or a bigger bust size. Like it's low key like how like chimpanzees and like greater apes like see attractiveness because of fertility, and that's still like hardwired into our brains a little bit, and we're like idolizing those things because we're still kind of like chimps. Like, oh, I really like a big bust. Why did the music change? Why is it all weird now? Zack top? What's a Zack top? Permed mullet? What are y'all talking about? Oh, I don't know what a Zack top is. Oh, I thought it was like a hairstyle. Let me send y'all a picture of exactly what I mean. His mullet isn't mullety. Oh man. You know, I didn't like to like I didn't used to like mullets, but they grew on me. Like not these new mullets that everybody has. I'm talking about like those 90s dad mullets from back in the day. Those party mullets. You've had one since you were 12. It was called a fashion mullet. Yeah, like there's these new ones that are just a little too artsy fartsy for me. They need to look like a mixture of scene kid hair in the back, and then and then like a buzz top on the top, like a flat top. Yeah, like a flat top on the top of the hair. Yeah, like a scene kid mullet, but like a flat top in the front. You know what it looks like. And then a handlebar mustache. That's like mullet city right there. With those big old pit viper glasses. Very Doctor Disrespect, but not Doctor Disrespect. He doesn't own that. I can grow a stash. Don't ask me, or don't make me. I'm kind of annoyed with my mustache. I don't know what to do with it. I feel like I should shave it, but it's low key bugging me the shit out of me right now. Like earlier, my lip, like on the corner of my lip, it was kind of getting itchy, and I was debating shaving it again. But then it hurts. It hurts when it comes back. Stupid hairs. I do feel like shaving all of it though. Should I do that for the new year? New year, new me. My whole beard. I look really stupid. I'm not gonna lie. I look like a beluga whale. Crust punks, metalheads, Antifa, cowboys. Checking Discord. You, she's dated all the avatars when you make an avatar in the game. You change all the faces, and Hanta's like, "Yep, I've dated all those guys." Isn't it just like silly haircuts? Isn't all basically any like styles just like a silly ass haircut and like weird clothes? The things that we do to get y'all's attention. Oh, they all had normal hair. Okay. I just imagine like a page haircut, like a bowl cut. Michael won't get a mullet. It depends what kind of mullet. He could look weird. You went on a date with a greaser type? Ugh. I feel like greasers are such posers, dude. Like they ain't never touched an engine in their life, and they're low key like trash. They make their car their whole personality. Like I basically breathe brake dust. Ugh, dude. You see? That just sounds stupid. I'm sorry if you like Alkaline Trio, but they suck, dude.
How dare you?
Alkaline Trio is the most basic ass band.
How dare
Look,
you?
I'm gonna be honest with you. You listen to some really mainstream shit, and I can't fuck with it. Like I'm serious. Like I wish that's like the one disconnect with you that I can never get over. Sometimes I'm like, you listen to some of the most mainstream shit, dude. Your mom's so basic. It is a basic ass band. Dude, Alkaline Trio is so boring, dude. I can't even name one fucking song from one of their albums. Name one song. I dare you. Yes. Burn. Even their track lists are boring. I listen to it too because I listen to real music. It has to be from another country, and I have to like barely understand it. Nah, that was like early 2000s me. I don't give a shit about music anymore. It's all good. Crawl, crawl. Maybe I'll catch fire. Radio. Uh, I used to be a tryhard. Anyone else like Pecos on the rooftops? Nope, never heard of them. I used to be one of those guys, like those one of those elite music guys. I don't give a fuck about that. It got old to me. It's just like you can only listen to garage quality black metal for so long before it starts to sound all the same, and then there's like white supremacist bullshit in the background sometimes. I did understand it because I would actually like go look at the track lists, find out what language they were speaking, and then translate their bullshit. I have their hat. Ames. I do have their hat. I have their hat. No, I don't like Prism. I'll be honest, that's like the one black metal band that I thought was like the stupidest fucking black metal band on the face of the earth. They would name drop that shit all the time. I was just like, remember Ash had that shirt in school? She was like the only person I knew in our school that knew what the fuck that was. I was like, I'm not saying she's not cool. I just didn't fuck with that band. Like, I didn't like, I didn't like Varg. I thought he was a fucking dork. I fucked more with like Fenriz and the guy from Immortal, a bot. I also know their first and last names. I know the countries that they lived in. I know that one of them was gay or is gay. I would go all out, dude. Learning shit that I didn't need to learn. I would take things like a little too far. I'm a metalhead girly. I like Dark Throne more. I like Dark Throne. I like Demo Borgir. I like Emperor. I like to make up band metal band names and ask if they know them. I remember Hollywood Undead. That was like post high school shit for us. I didn't really like it. It wasn't my vibe. But somehow like I would still listen to some of that kind of shit. Like I don't know if y'all remember 303. Do you remember 303? Shinedown's okay. I like it ironically and unironically. Like sometimes I just feel like listening to like cuz they would blast that shit all day here. Like on our radio stations it was nothing but like divorced dad rock. So even if we didn't like it, like eventually like you were just forced to listen to it and we'd fucking end up like humming it. So we ended up liking it. Which is the band that sings Blurry? Puddle of Mud, dude. I unironically like Puddle of Mud, guys. Like as weird elite rocker as I try to be, like I like really mainstream shit too. That's what I'm saying. Like I don't really fuck with that elitism shit anymore. But high school me, 15-year-old, 16-year-old me, I was like, if I can understand what they're saying, no. Stained. I thought you didn't like Stained. I would sing it and you'd get all mad. It shouldn't get annoying. You should like it. You should be like, oh, I don't remember how. Just repeating it for like days. You're my little baddie Ames. Haunted. I love me some moody ass Stained. Stained's cool. My guitar teacher liked Stained, which I thought was kind of weird. I was like, you seem like you listen to like really old school like hair metal. He's like, I do, but I also listen to Stained. I'll always give credit to like Linkin Park for making me alt quotation marks. I'll always credit Chester for being my OG soundtrack to my fucking youth. I like some rap, like not every kind of rap. Like there's some mumble rap that's like, ugh. I'm sorry if you like mumble rap. Mumble rap's like, is 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 Fetty Wap considered mumble rap? I don't know. I don't mind that track, but I'm not gonna listen to it. No, I love Fetty. Okay, yeah, like I don't like look for it. It's not in my playlist, but like I can listen to it. I don't mind it, but I don't know if that's considered mumble rap. But I would confuse that if I knew what the fuck that was. Like I would confuse it for mumble rap. Yeah, that song's pretty cool. That one's pretty cool. The one that I had on my playlist forever that I lost on my one of my phones was Gucci Mane, and then I don't know why that song just like got stuck in my head for like years. And I kind of rediscovered it. Yeah, he's a rapper. I don't hate rap. I just don't listen to it all the time. I listen to some weird shit though, for real. Like it's a weird mix. There's a ramp. I think the one I feel most ashamed of liking, and I'll always have a little bit of shame for liking it. Do you know which one it is? I feel ashamed of liking POD. I don't know. I'm ashamed of liking them. I feel like I shouldn't like that, you know? Like I feel like I felt weird because I liked them. Like it wasn't my type. You get me? Like if somebody listened to that while I was around and they were like, "This is what CD is this?" Like I would get like a really ugly judge. Yeah, they were a Christian band, or they are a Christian band. You're not allowed to like it. You're allowed to like it. No, it wasn't because they were Christian. Because I didn't even know they were Christian. I was like what, 14? I didn't even know what the fuck they were. They were just on the radio a lot. Like I guess in our area, I don't know about anywhere else, but like they blasted that shit here. And Flyleaf too. I did fuck with Flyleaf a little bit. Haley Sturm, I think her name is. Or Kelsey or something Sturm. I just remember her name. I was like, is it German? Or is she like Bavarian or Austrian or some shit? I I heard of Skillet. I've never heard any of their songs. Another Christian band. Then I found out Yellow Card was Christian, or what was it? Switchfoot. Switchfoot is Christian. That one did hurt. I was like, bro, fuck this band. That one did hurt. I was like, no, y'all cannot be Christian. I don't know why. Like everybody felt like that about Switchfoot, which I thought was a little much, but everybody hated them after that. You went to a Switchfoot concert? I've never heard Tooth and Nails. Amberlin's okay. Like, oh no, but I'm just saying, like, Amberlin was okay. I didn't mind them. I didn't listen to MXPX. I'd heard of it, but I when I heard of No Effects, like that kind of sucked my attention away from the acronym bands. And I like No Effects more. Such a weird guy, that guy. I forget his name. I think it's like Tom or some shit. Or Mike, Dirty Mike. Why do I know that? I sound like that punk rock MBA guy. He never shuts the hell up about people's names. Emery. You know which Christian band I liked that was like super fucking Christian? And I kind of hated them for that. Oh, Fat Mike. My bad. I thought it was Dirty Mike. Dirty Mike and the Boys. Um, I liked May. I stopped listening to them in high school though. Like, I liked May. They look nice, Haunted. I don't know. Are they mean? Because you have like the hot takes on that shit. I need to do interviews with you. You fucking met everybody. Nah, Underoath sucks, dude. I don't like that band. I knew they were gonna be nice. They can't be fucking mean. They're like super Christian. They're like, blessed be thy fans. Are they Protestant or like are they? What kind of Christians are they? What flavor of Christians are they? There's so many different. Oh, they're Mormons. I didn't know that. You know, I thought they were non-denominational too. That I was like, they're probably like really weird, cool hipster Christians. I was like, they're probably not into like this mainstream, boring bullshit Christians. They like that obscure Christianity. I put them on a pedestal. I was like, they're probably cool. They don't rub it in your face in it like everybody else does. Is it weird that I like POD? Yes, they are. There's a lot of that. Like, you can't dance. You can't do anything. I'm like, bro, then what the hell are you supposed to do? Damn. Can't move. You can't move. Don't you fucking move. What do you do at a show where you can't move? She's like, you know what I miss? Your mom. What happened to them? They like fucking fell off the face of the earth. Oh shit. I didn't. Oh, he's sober? I didn't even know he was on drugs. Bro, what? Like his whole life was like disintegrating over there. I didn't even know. He moved up here with his mom. He got sober. Oh, that's good. I feel like they're like real bands. Like they're like real bandmates. Like they really give a shit. Fall Out Boy always gave me that vibe where like they were actually friends. I don't know. I don't know about Pete Wentz. What do you guys think about Pete? I feel like he's kind of like a douche. Is he a douche? I don't know the guy, but like I don't know. He just gives me a weird douchey vibe. Which one? Lost? Yes, dude. I heard it. Of course, I heard it. How am I gonna be an OG Linkin Park fan and not hear that shit? Ames, por favor. Please, dude. What, Peter Big Dong Wentz? How do you know Haunted?
Everyone knows that.
What?
That's what he was like famous for.
Not his actual talent, just his wiener.
Yeah.
MySpace? Bro, what? I never heard of that shit. I mean, I don't want to know. Like, the fuck do I care? I ain't gonna go over there and suck it. You guys like knowing some weird ass like dick lore from like the 2000s. I saw it. You saw it?
Everyone saw it.
I've never seen Pete Wentz's dick, dude. That is the weirdest shit. Like y'all are. What the fuck was I looking at? Was I just looking at titties? I'm sorry, I'm boring. I just looked at titties, bro. I'm sorry I wasn't looking at other men's dicks. When I was 14. Oh no! I didn't see his dick. It's just 15-year-old me looking at very generic, regular porn. I mean, I still got it if you're curious. Like, who? Did he scrub that? I'm curious now. Did he scrub that off the internet? That's actually, like, that's weird. Like, you could keep that forever and, like, probably sell it down the road if you ever scrubs that shit. Like, you know, now that I think of it, I'm always in the drama. I never saw that shit. That's some weird shit. The only weird dick lore that I know, well, not dick lore, right? But like, I guess guy lore is that the guy Peter Steele from fucking Typo was like, he thought it would be cool, like a good idea to fucking be on Playgirl or some shit, and he regretted it. He was like, I didn't know, I didn't know that guys bought Playgirl. So he got like famous. What? Always in the lore. That was the first wang I saw, and it made me gay. Dang, that's the first wiener you guys ever saw, dude. That's a core memory. That's like canon event. You're like, I don't like that shit. You're like, ew. You're like, I'm gay. Hans is like, I'm gay. That's nasty, bro. You're like, I think that's like every lesbian, no? Like they're like, dude, that thing looks disgusting, bro. Like I'm gay. Isn't that like every like lesbian thought? Just seeing a wiener for the first time, just being like, hell no. Legit. Then I was 18. I was like, maybe. Did you put one in your mouth and you swirled it around? You gave it like a sampling because your mama did. Because my sister snuck the Playgirl. You're like, you did like the wine tasting, like, no, haunted. Yeah, I don't like the spelling of that. I don't like the spelling of that one bit. Damn, it got hot in here. Turn on the AC. I've seen too many, says Ames suspiciously. She's like, you can never see too many shit. I don't like. I honestly won't admit. Like I don't know what girls see in that shit. Low key, low key, it grows. Guys just be sending me shit like a wine. Yeah, guys just send them without warning. Y'all live a different life. He's like, this is my big thumb. My friends' kids cannot handle my phone. Excuse me. But I would, yeah, if I was like messing around, I wouldn't have it like unlocked. Just casually like leaving your phone unlocked. No pin, no screen lock. Just open door. Also, my friends just showing me random guys, sending them pics. Damn. I mean, respect to just like throw it out there, like I don't think I have that kind of confidence, dude. Like, hey, check out this thing. It's always random people. It's really like the slums out there. Like this. 01201. Are you giving me binary? One guy ran up to my lunch table and was like, look at this guy's pee pee. And you shove the phone in my face. That never happened to me. I think because people thought I like beat the shit out of them. They never did stupid shit like that to me. Thank God I always scared everybody away. Thank Satan, I mean. Thank the Dark Lord. I saw one and it was Dungeon's uncle's phone. Ooh. We were at a church doing an activity and his phone was on the table and it rang. I should not have looked at it. Those are the girls reading the PP shot. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, I see him now. I didn't see the little emojis. I don't get that, though. I was considered the nice and approachable, like, that they would just feel comfortable showing you shit. Oh, that's weird. I don't think that's normal to be doing that. There's like nice, and then there's just like, bro, why are you being weird? Because I'm not gonna say anything mean. They're like, oh, that's nice. It has a lot of hair. What's a compliment you can give? Like if it's not size wise, like if they don't got the girth or the length, it's like there's lots of hair on it. It's clean? Question mark? From far away, because you're just like, I'm not gonna smell it, but it looks like you showered. Like, put your grimace balls away. I say nothing, or I drag them so bad. I feel like if you say nothing, like you could still harm their ego and be like, oh, because you don't want to tell me how small it is, and then they go cry. And send it back. The critique. Haunted has like a whole system set up. And say this is your mom? My high school experience is very tame. I never had shit like that happen to me. People were never sending me dick pics or like weird nudes. Yeah, I knew not to touch my uncle's phone. Like you never knew like where it had been. I was like, you don't open his phone, you don't touch his phone. I would just see his shit like his apps, and you could see like there was like you just see pictures of guys like the profile pics, and I was like, it's something like dirty, dude. You can just tell. You can tell from like a glance. Like a guy was like shirtless. You're like, yep, that's a shirtless guy. My grandma had a watch that was a peen. It said time to fuck. It's fucking time. It's fuck o'clock. Gotta get to fucking. That's a cool watch, dude. The minutes are balls, like the little second or the minute hand. No, not the minute hand, but like the minute dots are balls, and they slowly get bigger and smaller. I did it without thinking. The dick just went around the clock. What a weird watch. My grandma's a classy dame. She's like hand, handcrafted piece of artisanry here. Constructed in Germany. A Bavarian watchmaker made this. The hands are inlaid with gold. A pearl faced watch. She did marry a German. Dude, Germans are like they into some freaky shit. Them Germans. That was always like low key one of my teenage dreams. I was like, I'm gonna go to fucking like Amsterdam and get lit the fuck up, dude. Like a firework. I was like, I'm gonna smoke a big old blunt, hit the red light district, get fucked up, and like forget where I am, get really scared because I'm in another country, fuck like 10 bitches and go home. I was like, nah, I'm scared. I'm scared. I don't want to go anymore. The one, the one went back. Dated two Dutchmen. She said the women weren't hot. He said the women weren't hot. In Amsterdam? Yeah, it's more of a facial thing for me. Like their facial features are different. Like I think I have a thing for faces. It's not so much the bodies for me. Like a pretty face will win me over like over a body. He said skin and bones cracky. Oh crack. Damn, dude. A pretty face to me like is more than a body, honestly. I said I was his Big Mac. American cheese, fat don't crack. I mean, it doesn't literally. You can survive like blunt force trauma, stabbing wounds, all because of like what was it? The dirt, not the dirt matter, the apron, the apron, the I forget what the apron's called, but like that piece of like fatty tissue will stop you from like bleeding out. It'll literally seal the wound. Fun fact. So if you do get shanked, try to get shanked in your fattiest parts. You will survive. To my heart, my fat will seal the wound. Haunted to my broken heart. You're so dramatic, Haunted. You're as dramatic as I am, dude. I was gonna tell my dad and get real graphic with him. I was like, nah, I'm not gonna tell him shit. I was gonna tell him, I was like, those are body cavities. Like, it doesn't matter if they shot me there either way. Because he was like critiquing my armor and shit. Like, shut the fuck up. I'm like being all mean to my dad on Christmas. Like, shut the fuck up, you short piece of shit. My armor, dude, my bulletproof vest. I just have like weird shit. I assume you guys know. Like, you're probably like, what the fuck is he talking about? I do that a lot. I'm sorry. I do that to Sandra all the time. I'm like, the fucking ballistic armor that I bought. And she's like, what the fuck are you talking about? You know, the one that I have that has shotgun shells in it. Oh no, not 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 that kind of armor. Yeah. Not that kind of armor. More like pew, 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 armor. I keep forgetting to put this junk in here. I never know with you. I did go down like a little LARPing phase, but it went away. Nah, I'm kind of over the LARPing. I'm like bored of it. I'd go to a Ren fair, but I'm not gonna be like dressing up like a fucking squire, dude. I'll go and see the wenches. I dress up like the plague. Like the fleas. Like the black plague fleas. I made a rat crown. I've always wanted to go to a Ren fair, like just to see what it's about and like kind of get the vibe of it, but I don't know. Yeah, I'm just gross looking, so people leave me alone. Same. People don't fuck with me in person. I think I look too mean. He walked out of the house in the armor last time and wanted to drive like that with a mask on. No, I wanted to wear like the vest at least. The mask I was gonna leave off because like obviously that's like pull over kind of shit. I have a resting nice face. People don't leave me alone. I have a resting asshole face. Like I look like I'm gonna fucking tell you off whatever you say to me. I constantly have a scowl, which is giving me like crazy wrinkles. I cross my arms in public and like it makes people like anxious. They're like, "Are you waiting for something?" I'm like, "No, bitch, just leave me alone." I'm waiting for. I want to get Botox, but to make me look bitchy. I'll give you some of my bitchiness. I got it in spades, dude. People want to talk to Sandra all the fucking time. Like, the fact that she's around me, I know that she talks to less people because I'm around. They're like, oh no, she's with that fucking asshole. They're like, blink twice if he's like taking you to his weird ass like pleasure dungeon. It's like, what if I am? What if it's not willingly? What if it's not mutual? What is it? What if it's not consensual? They do every time you have stuff in your cart. They're like, oh, where'd you find that? I'm like, shut up, bitch, and move. Go find your own trash in your own aisle and shut the fuck up. I talk like that in the store too. I'm like, can you shut the fuck up? I wish people would hear me. I've perfected mumbling shit to where they don't hear me. But I wish they would hear me. I get in an altercation somewhere and you see me on the news. Local man terrorizes Walgreens, savagely beats someone to a pulp because they asked him where the toothpaste was. That's testosterone for you. That's why you gotta play little chill games like this, guys. It calms the beast. If I play COD, I'll just rage all day. It's my parents' fault. I always go, I don't know, I don't work here. Yeah, I've said that. Like, they used to do that to me at Best Buy, but I didn't mind it at Best Buy because I knew what the fuck I was talking about at least. I was like, oh, it's over there, and like, do you work here? And I was like, no. I was like, they don't hire people that are competent. Every fucking employee at Best Buy is usually dog shit now. Like, I swear to God. I can never get anyone to help. Like, they're literally just roaming around on their phones. That's my dad rant for the day. I can never get any like decent help at Best Buy. I give up. I just walk in there, get my shit, and leave. I already know what I need. I know no one's gonna help us. I think I mentioned it once in the live. She was like, her meds were kicking in or some shit, and she was like passing out. She was like, "Oh, pardon me." I didn't know what to think of it. It literally confused the shit out of me. I thought she was like trying to make you move. Like in my mind, like when I saw that, I was like, is she like being rude? It was taking me a minute to process it. Like I'll be honest with you, when she did it, I was like, is this bitch like being rude? Like I couldn't tell because she looked like she was asleep, and I was like, is she being rude while being lazy? Like I don't know. It did confuse the shit out of me. Yeah, I remember I mentioned it too. I was like, I know I fucking mentioned this weird ass story. She was in her rascal like running over Sandra's feet. I was like, I mean, I'll drop kick her, but I mean, it's not gonna look good. It's not gonna be a good look for me, Pookie. I'm gonna get. I can't come back to the target anymore. I'm gonna drop kick this bitch. No, don't curb stomp her. Poof. Oops. I was gonna get pinned. Local man fights dead woman. you're you're beating a corpse. You just see like blood trail behind her, like someone like assassinated her in the target, and I'm there like, get the fuck out of the way, bitch. It's like, bro, she's been dead. She like got, what is it, weekend? She got weekend at Bernie'd. No way. If you know that fucking reference, you're older than dirt. I mean, yeah, you'll just be there like amongst all the shoppers. At least you won't be lonely. Everybody just be walking around you, annoyed that you never got the fuck out of the way. It's like, damn, this bitch never got out of the way. They're just like circling around you, like, hmm. She's very pensive about her purchases. I'd haunt the Target. I saw the haunted video that we have, the the ghost video in my gallery. I was like, damn, I still have this. It's like backed up to my Google Photos. If Google's ever spying on all my shit, like they'll see the ghost video like randomly pop up every now and then. It's on. Um, do you have it? I know I sent it to you like pretty recently. Yeah, it's unsettling. It's like proof of afterlife, I guess. Like if y'all were ever doubting that shit, like there is something after. There's a little bit of something. So I can confirm that for you right here, right now. Believe it. You will appear back in some corporeal form in the ethereum of this realm, in a tangible space. I don't know if you have any consciousness, but you will exist on this plane to some extent. You're fucking visible, like for sure. You're on the spectrum of light, like you're visible. If you can be seen, you know, like if you can be observed, then like metaphysically, like you're being observed, you're existing on a plane. Wouldn't you say that's like proof of the afterlife? Riddle me this, riddle me that. I hit your grandma with a wiffle ball bat. My grandma met my grandpa at a haunted house. She's like, you spooked the shit out of me in a good way. I've seen spirits. Apparently I have too. Shit. I don't know what the fuck to think of that. I've never really like had a conversation about it beyond like just us being in disbelief. We don't know what to think of it either. It's just like this weird thing that's happened. She ran and jumped over the stairs and he caught her. Dude, knight in shining armor shit. Careful. You'll hurt your gams. So yeah, guys, like ghosts are a little bit real. Take that with a glass of water. You do haunt our Discord. It's so like it's like late, but I'm not tired. I think I overslept a little bit too. She sent it to you, haunted. Go scare yourself. You probably hear us in our early 30s or late 20s talking. Go scare yourself before you go to sleep. It really bothers me that I can't put music. Like that's kind of annoying. I don't think it's a skinwalker. That lady, like I seen her. Like it looked just like the lady that lived there. I know skinwalkers can change into specific people, but like she had literally just passed. It went from human shape to a dog. Did you not rewatch? Yes, we rewatched it. She looked to me like she just like missed it away from what I saw. But I mean, like we haven't gotten it like analyzed or like edited or anything. So there's probably like stuff that we can't see, like if they up the contrast or like they start messing with the saturation a little bit to kind of bring out some of the shadows and shit. Like I'm pretty sure you'll probably see more stuff, but I've never fucked with the editing on it. I don't have the software for it. Everything's so expensive, dude. Fuck buying all that shit. I vote to open source all media. Yeah, it to me when I saw it, I was like, it's weird that she like dematerializes at one point. Like she kind of just fades into like a mist. No, it go down low. She could be going back to hell. If there is a hell. I have to take your word for it, Hunt. Maybe your 2020 vision. Which don't you wear glasses? Don't you have like shitty vision too? We're like checking shit. We're like all wear glasses. Like we're not we're not the best judge for this. I only trust people with 2020 vision. Okay, but I know ghosts. She's like, I know a ghost. Spill it, Haunted. Spill it. Oh, I thought she was gonna say something. Because she says, I know a ghost or two. I feel like it'd be like an old Englishman or some shit, like Arthur Willenby, the local pub. I think Ames fell asleep. Ames fell asleep on the chat. Shout out to Ames drooling on her phone. And the yard that it's in is in her niece's yard, and across the yard on her side. You said that's so weird. And she's just running around y'all's yard. I don't know. Y'all have better vision than I do, so like I'll trust you. It was pretty freaky though, like not gonna lie. Why? Why'd you get freaked out? Oh shit. It's the ghost coming back. She's like, oh, so I'm a shapeshifter, huh? Dude, that's freaky. Don't open the door, Haunted. That's like the last thing you should do. When I open the door where that shit happens, like, I have a 12 gauge, like, at my back. You can ask Saturn, I always bust that shit out every time some weird shit's going down. Like, whatever it is, gonna get a bunch of buckshot in its ass. I always load it up with 4 shells. Like, guaranteed, whatever it is gonna get 4 shells of buckshot in the chest or in the back. And I'm like, did you pull up and then go shit in your car? Oh, sit in your car. I was like, what? Did you shit in your car? I'm like, did you pull up? The day we saw the ghost, I sent Dungeon outside. I love how you sent me outside. Like, go get killed by whatever that is. I love you, but go find out what the fuck that is. And they were like, no, don't answer that. That ain't me. Imagine, dude. You get the fucking phone call and, like, no, if on the phone, it's like, yeah, open the door. And, like, the voice sounds a little off. And the size doesn't match up with, like, what your friend is supposed to look like, size wise. That'd be freaky. No, I didn't have my gun back then. Okay, so hear me out. My cat runs from doorbells. She went down with me. And knocks in, she went down with me. I'm confused. Oh, it's like that sound like that. They're weird, man. Like, they pick up on all that shit. They really do. Remember when Scout used to, like, hear shit all the time? She would, like, stare down the hall. I think that was the worst one. Yeah, at my parents' house. But when I looked out the peephole, there was nobody there. And the door was shaking. Dude. That's like some weird fucking demonic shit. That ain't no ghost. We've been seeing shit for a while. We just don't know what they are. Like, we can speculate all we want, but do we really know? We did have a weird experience that with that after he passed. We did have a weird experience with him after he passed, and it was a little emotional because we were still really raw from like what had happened. You know, it was like super recent, and I didn't want to tell Sandra initially. I was a little weird about it. Like, I was just like, I don't want to make it weird for her. Like, it's just a weird, uncomfortable thing. But we're driving. I think we're going into town. I think we're going to your parents' house, and I just started talking. I was like, like, I haven't been wanting to tell you, but like, I've been having this weird feeling, you know. And she was like, but like, what kind of feeling? I was like, I don't know. I've been having this weird feeling, like when I go to bed, like if there's somebody next to the bed waiting for me, or like there's this person next to the bed, like looking at me, like watching me sleep. But I don't feel scared. It just gave me like that anxiety of like when someone's waiting on you, like when somebody's like just waiting for you, like hurry up kind of vibe. Like that's what I would feel. And I wasn't scared. I just like it would weird me out. I was like, why am I feeling this? Like, and then my mind is very active. I'm very like aware of shit, and I was like, okay, somebody just passed. Like some weird shit just went down. Is this somehow correlated? Maybe it's maybe it's his spirit like still not able to pass on, or. And then I mentioned this to her, and she said, yeah, she had the same feeling and couldn't sleep. She felt like, yeah. Like if you had to guard me, when the dead speaks to me in dreams, I legit get sucked out of a dream. it was a weird experience for sure. I was just like unsettled by it just because it was a shared experience as well. Like it was fresh in my mind. Something had literally just happened, like in the physical sense to someone. Like so, it just and that's what I thought. That's what I made the assumption to. Like it's scary, but not scary, if that makes sense. Like I wasn't frightened, but it unsettled me. I was just like, what the fuck is this? Like when you get confused or like it frightens you, but it's like it's more like this confusion frightened. You just want to know, and that frustration of like not knowing. And there was some confirmations with that shit. Like there was some weird stuff that happened down the road, and I'll get to it right now. Like I talked to my cousin about it, and he was like, "Well, because they're Christian, they see everything as being like this evil thing, you know." So they immediately like he immediately just wrote it off like, but it says in such and such like Bible verse that any any type of like force like that that's trying to take human form is like demonic or an evil presence. It's just trying to make its presence known to you to try to manipulate your feelings and thoughts. And I was just like, okay, I get your facts, you know, like I get your perspective on things. I've known all that stuff my whole life as well, but like I don't take things for like for granted like that. Like, oh, it's just like that's what it is. Like y'all don't fucking know. And maybe a while later, my mom comes up to me and she tells me like that such and such lady from church is saying that he hasn't passed on and he's struggling to pass on, but where he's like ending up, he's not happy where he is. That she can feel that he's unhappy wherever he is. That's what she said verbatim, and I was just like, I kind of got mad. I was just like, first of all, this lady didn't even fucking know him. I was like, and second of all, it's none of her goddamn business, like what's going on. Like for her to just feel comfortable about talking about that shit. And I know like half of it is just her bringing that shit up. Like the reason that that person said that is because my mom has been having these conversations like in her own private time with other people that have nothing to do with it. And his death was a spectacle. It really turned into like this big fucking show. People stay if they feel like they have unfinished business. I do feel like he does have a little bit of that because of how my grandma's been, and like I feel like he's had a heart, like he was really protective of my grandma. Like he loved her, like that was his person. You know, like he loved my grandma to death. That was like the only person in the world that like really loved him, and he loved her back like almost exactly the same amount. And I think the reason my grandma's like deteriorating health has just gotten worse is because like she doesn't have him anymore. Like she struggles a lot with that shit. And so that happened. My mom pissed me off with that shit. And they've always had like this like weird anti-gay thing. So it just added like extra hate for that. Like I was just like really pissed off about it. I told my mom like kind of angrily one time to just shut the hell up because of that stuff. Where like I told her I was mad at my family basically just because of how things turned out. Like he could have lived a normal life had y'all just fucked off, you know. Had y'all just left him alone, he could have just like fucking lived a full life, healthy and happy with somebody that he loved. But he was like so guilted into like doing stupid shit to please everybody and made to feel ashamed of who he was that he couldn't be himself. And he destroyed himself because of it. Yeah, that's how I felt. I was just like he didn't get to live anything because like what he could live, like he lived it in secret. He was always like hiding everything. So you tell me like why I wouldn't have like this big fucking chip on my shoulder with like religion and faith and all that stuff. Like it just A lot of bullshit. A lot of bullshit. I've had my own personal things with that stuff, and it's like that just added, like, it was already there. I already had like this disdain for like religion in general, but like just added more fuel to the fire, you know? Yeah, basically. And it wasn't even like the stupidest part is that it's not even God that did that. It's people. Just people being shitty. That's the stupidest part. And they don't see it like that. They don't see it like, oh, it's because like, oh, they just there were rules that he didn't follow, you know? Yeah. Those are rules that he didn't follow and that's why it happened like that. It's like, well, that's not true. That's just your stupid take on things. They just like assume everything they know is like facts. Like, okay. I wish I lived in a weird delusional world where like everything I say is a fact. Like the audacity to think like that, like that's crazy. I don't know, I can't live my life like that. I don't walk around thinking I know shit like that, where I just know it beyond a reasonable doubt. During his funeral, his flowers kept falling down, and there was no wind. I knew he would have hated how ugly those flowers were, and they were tacky as fuck. They were just so cheap. Like everything was so like they played music he didn't like. He was like low key like throwing a fit, you know, through the veil. He's like, this is stupid, and I hate those fucking songs. With his temper tantrum, he did have a lot of temper tantrums. He was feisty as fuck. He was like the sassiest bee in town, dude. My grandma's funeral, my grandpa's funeral, I saw a lightning bolt hit a tree. The drum. He's like, boo. He's like, you better fucking cry. What do you feel when he visits? Like, is that something positive that you can associate? You found his headstone on Vibes alone. He's like, he's over here. This is where he is. He wanted you to like make sure you remember it. She'll remember if I trip her. He pranks. I've heard of that. I've heard like they'll do little pranks to get your attention because you won't pay attention otherwise. But oh man, I roll my eyes a little bit every time I hear like some of the negative stuff that they say. It's just like here we go again with the usuals. A psychic said when she was doing a reading, he kept making jokes, but yeah, he's very protective. That's good. Like the family finds a way, you know, like they know how to make their way back. It'd be such a trip when we find that out. Like I feel like eventually we will find all that stuff out, and it's just a matter of time. Like they're gonna be like, so there is this fourth plane, and this is where all the human energy goes, and we can access it, but like it's like white noise. We have to find a way to kind of like discern what's going on over there on that side. There was a song that kept playing when I was leaving my abusive ex, and it was a song he sang. And I mean on radio, TikTok, stores. I turned on news radio, and it came on like, yeah. What do they call that when what do mediums call it? Like no, they're signs. Like they say it a certain way. I forget the terminology, but it's something to do with signs. Maybe. Yeah, maybe. Maybe it's that. Maybe it's synchronicities. Ooh, that's a good song. I like that song. I keep going into this. I need to remember this stupid barn doesn't have anything. But that was the extended cut of all that stuff that went down. And my mom didn't really know what to say to that shit. She was just all quiet. And then all of a sudden, pennies were tons of my stuff, like comically. He's like, here you go. You want some change? I've always wondered about that. Because, like, we have family that we don't know, you know? Like, people that know us, but we don't know them, that have passed on. And, like, even that weird, like, Mulan type vibe where, like, your ancestors watch you, like, is there people that just watch us all the time and like see our progress like a story? Like I wonder, yeah, they know you, but you don't know them, you know? Like I wonder what he's gonna do. I think he's like your, you know, like that Mulan vibe. Like I think he's more like you because he's doing this all the fucking time. He's like he's just like your father, like shit, like complete strangers, you know, like that thing where they say like your face is like basically like the amalgamation of like so many people falling in love and like having kids and shit. All these strangers that you don't know. They know you. He died when I was 4. Dang. That was real young. Spirit guides. I can't remember the terminology. I'll probably look it up after the stream. You're proof you've been loved for centuries. It's a weird thing to think about. Like when you really think about it, like there's people that have been like carrying on that basically whatever you are, you know, like genetically and continued. Oh, I keep walking in here. You know what's hella sad? Guess who greets your pets in the afterlife? I don't know. I've heard some people say like you don't see them because they go somewhere else. Like I've heard that train of thought where like they go somewhere else completely. So do they wait till you pass or do Oh, okay. I was like, is there this weird dog purgatory I've never heard of? Because there's an illusion you can be your own spirit guide, just a different timeline. That would make sense, like a timeline, because like you're existing and you're not existing all at the same time. That like kind of like multiverse theory or like parallel planes. They'll never be without you. And I feel like if you ever hear someone say that like they're a piece of me, like I literally believe that like 100%. Like they become pieces of you. Like you don't get to part from them, and they don't get to part from you. Like if they have any love for you, like it ties you to them in a really powerful way, and like they couldn't get away from you even if they tried, you know. So like I feel like if there is an afterlife, then like that's what happens. Like you're almost like tied, like these weird little like ropes that lead to somebody that loved you, and you have to find them all the way back, like trace them all the way into your ever after. Yeah, there's a reason you bumped into them. There's a reason that they were in your life, and there's a reason why they loved you so much. Not everybody loves you like that. I was telling Sandra earlier, like my cousin, I just walked into like because we're dodging everybody, right? And like there's only like a handful of people in my life that I can say like anytime I walk into a room, like they fucking light up. There's only like maybe 5 or 6 people like that. I think less. Maybe there's four. And she's always kind of been one of those people, which is I've never like I don't really talk to her because she's my age and like I don't know, like I don't really vibe with people my age. She's a little younger than me, but like I don't know, we never really talked. But I have noticed that like throughout the years, almost all the time, like big old smile every time I fucking run into her. Like nobody greets me like that, and it's only a handful of people that do that. Like I could like do some horrible shit, and they'd still be like their eyes light up, their eyes get all big, they're smiling. I'm like, bro, I don't know what they see. You know, like what do you see? What are you feeling in that moment? It both confuses me and flatters me at the same time because I don't know, I don't get it. I don't see what they see. Also, because on a personal level, like we don't know each other like that. We don't always talk, and like there's not that communication. But I guess in her level, like she doesn't need any of that. Like just the little bit that there is enough. That I've been trying to talk myself into that because I'm really like that. Like I have a really hard time like seeing shit like that. I have an aversion to myself. The music's weird on this stage. What the hell? I'm kind of liking it though. Right? It's kind of like this weird little bop. Aw, Haunted. Don't get all sappy on me, Haunted. I've been thinking about that like a lot, guys. Like, if anyone else is in the chat and you're not talking, like, I know I don't take it for granted. I really don't. I've been talking about it like constantly, bro. Like, I mention it all the time. You can ask Sandra. Like, there's people like craving your attention right now. You know, like they want to be around you. They want to be in your presence, and it's like this is where you can kind of see the difference between like people that really sincerely like you and want to be around your energy and they just vibe with you like they can't get enough of it, you know? And not gonna lie, it's like addicting. Like I don't want to get away from it. I want to engage in it. I want to make more of it. I'm there for it, you know? If it's an open door, like let's see where it leads. Cuz I'm all about like I've been all about just walking away from opportunities like my whole life. And I think it's time. It's time to just take risks. It's time to just like put our feet first in and just like take that really deep step into the pool. You know, it's going to be scary. I know it's not for everybody. It's something that gets a little personal sometimes, and we're not always going to have the energy for it. And I never want to come into this like in a bad way. Like I want to have my mindset in a very like conducive like mindset where it's just ready for that, you know. But it's also I want it to be like this organic thing where I just walk into it and it just fits. So hopefully we do more of it, and I enjoy it. I do enjoy it. I think Sandra like she's learning to enjoy it in paces. She's not used to like what she makes me feel like is like I'm enough. You know, she doesn't need anything else. Yeah, she's really shy. I think she knocked out. She's super shy, so like her immediate nature is just like I only need like that one person. You know, I'm like that too. I just see her. I see her like in a way like we're missing pieces. You know, we're missing pieces of like I guess kinship. I guess you could call it like we're missing like friendships. Yeah, she has made a lot of friends, but I feel like there's more. You know, I feel like there's more for her in store. I feel like this is just the beginning, you know? I feel like it's just the surface of what she's allowing herself. Like I don't want her to limit herself anymore. And I feel like because she kind of like has her fill with me, like she does I'm like the river she's used to, you know, and I want her to see like everything. I don't want her to just be like that little stream is enough for me, you know. That little bit of water is enough for me. Like I want her to know like more. I want her to explore different things. I want her to do creative things because it's boring just doing the same shit. You know, like you want to do stuff creatively. Like this 9 to 5 shit. Like it stifles you. It really does. As much as it's like surviving and thriving and shit. Like it's also very like a load to be bared. And I tell her, I'm like, if that's one thing that you can do in somebody's life is like give them just a slice of something that they don't have, like you don't see the impact it does. You know, you don't see the impact that it has on people. But you know, like you can kind of see it. You can kind of see it with some people where like they don't have that like that family dynamic or that friend dynamic with anybody. Like I'm there for that shit. Like I grew up by myself, you know. Like I was like latchkey kid after Gen X. I was a latchkey kid. I was always by myself, so I know what it's like to just not have anybody to talk to, and it fucking sucks. It really does. You get used to it, but it's not right. Like it shouldn't be that way. Like solitude's good, but too much of it is like it's unhealthy. You start to like your company too much. You start to like the absence of people in your life a little too much, and you start to kind of like spite people's presence. And don't I sound like that sometimes where I'm just like sick of shit? Like it's my old ways coming back where I'm like I don't want to be around nothing, you know. But they're old habits. They're old habits that die hard. She'll do it. This banana sucks because she got started. It's addicting. It's addicting to be alone because when you're alone, like nobody's fucking bothering you. It's all about you, you know. You're the number one show on television in your world. It's just about pleasing yourself and whatever engages you. You don't need to stop it. You just need to balance it. You need to balance it with like your social life and like the little friendships or like little like relationships that you have that are growing, like just hear them out. I know. And low key, like it's really hard finding people that you vibe with. Like, isn't it? Like, isn't it like the fucking hardest to find like decent people to hang out with now? That was our biggest thing when we were like in our 20s. I would tell someone all the time. I didn't know what this was. I didn't know what this feeling was. I would get frustrated and I would tell her, I'm like, I just feel like we're being like shut in. You know, I don't want you to just have me. I want you to have friends. I want you to. And she was like, I've done all that. And she would tell me, I don't need anybody. I know you don't need anybody, but I would just worry. You know, like I don't want you to just be in this like shell with me. Like it's not good. And I was like, and then like in the long run, like what if like when I'm not here, you know, I want you to have relationships that grow past me, that stand the test of time. I want you to meet people that are going to stay with you forever. Like I have one good friend locally after the Thanksgiving issue, and had so many people drop like flies. It's nice to have a partner that is also a bestie too. Yeah, I think that's what she's kind of fallen into with me as well. Like we're just our best friends, you know. We don't need anybody. It's a good thing. I just I feel it limits us too much sometimes, like socially. We get stuck in our times. That's not a good thing either. I don't want to be that millennial couple that just fucking talks about all the stupid shit that was stuck in our time, you know? My balance is way off. Went from no friends and a man to a bunch of friends and no man. I was like single for a long ass time before like I got with Sandra. Like and like I got really used to it. I think I was 19 or 20. We always live at other people's demands too. We're always like satisfying others' needs. That's the that's that addicting part of it. Like you've indulged everybody else's bullshit, and like now you get to spoil yourself. That's the hard part to get over because you spend so much time putting in all the work with all these different people. It's like, did it pan out? You know, and I'm a big advocate for knowing your limits. Like only you know what you've like had to deal with. As much as advice is advice, like I'm not gonna know what's best for you. Only you know what's best for you. The only thing that we can do is like any type of friendship is like let you know I've run into that fucking like little speed bump, man, and that fucking sucks. And I know what that feels like. I've been through something similar, and not come off as just like shoulder pats, you know, where like you'll get through it. They're there, but legitimately giving a shit. I was in my 20s, and I think I was single for I think like 4 or 5 years. And right now I'm focusing on those that put good things into our partnership. I told her when we were dating, I was like, recently, like not recently, but like when we were recently dating, I told her, I was like, I know like we don't have like a perfect past, but but I'm glad I didn't run into like 20 bitches before I met you. Like this isn't something I wanted to do like 20 times. I didn't want to be falling in love and like having these like 10,000 relationships. Like I didn't want to do that. It felt like so. It wouldn't have been me, you know. That's not what I wanted. It is exhausting. Like the little bit of dating I did, I was like, this is enough, bro. I don't need this. I don't need to be doing this and and struggling and feeling this pain and like for what, you know? Like these people are not it, you know, like they don't love you that much. And that's all it really boils down to is like that person didn't love you enough to get over their own bullshit to be around you. Sometimes Sandra still shocks me with that. Like and like I've told y'all, like I'm really honest about like I'm a really big piece of shit. Like I'm an asshole. Like I've always been an asshole. I've slowly started to become more human over the years, and I can credit Sandra with like 90% of that shit. People can only meet you as deeply as they meet themselves. Yeah, that's a pretty accurate description of it. Like They are literally incapable of anything deeper than like I'm hungry and I don't like that and that's stupid and I don't like you. Like that's as complex as shit gets for some people. And that's like 70, 80% of people in the world. And I'm being generous. She is like she like I tell you and like I mentioned with my cousin, like she sees stuff that I don't see in myself. Yeah. There needs to be some depth, you know. I don't have these conversations with anybody. I used to tell her when we were dating, I was like, I can't talk about anything with anybody. Like, you're the only person that I can talk to. You know, like that's huge to me. Like physical shit, like whatever. Like you're gonna fuck someone for like a couple of nights and you're over it. You know, like you can only nut so many times. You can only fucking like gratify yourself so many times before you're just like exhausted from it. It's like, what do you have after that? You don't have anything. It's like, okay, now I'm bored. You know, I was always afraid of that. I was always afraid of running into a girl that would get bored. I'm like, the post nut clarity. It's like there. I didn't know what that was back then. You know, it was just like, why don't I feel anything anymore? Like, oh, it's because you didn't really love this person. You're just like infatuated with them. And the same thing with women. You know, like they can feel like that too. They're just like, I just had an itch to scratch, and like I'm done. You know, like I thought you were hot for one night. I thought you were cool for one night. Like that was it. I give post nut psychosis. They're like, what the fuck was I thinking? I always felt like that too. I always felt like I was the guy that they were like, what was I fucking thinking, dude? What was I thinking when I hooked up, or like, what was I thinking when I like dated this motherfucker? Like, I don't know. I always felt that way. It made me feel like shit. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, I was like, damn, am I really that like? Am I really that not hideous? But I was like, am I really that? Um, I can't even think of a word for it. Like, am I really that abhorrent? I don't know. No girls are just shallow. They got what they wanted. It didn't help that my body dysmorphia would kick in either. So I was just like, I felt that extra like kick in the nuts from the rejection. You know, like it's just like, wow, like damn, you really don't like, damn. Like I already felt inadequate. So like that was just like that extra kick that I didn't need. I think it's gotten like exponentially worse, and I worry. You know, like can you imagine? I could barely stand that shit. Like the things that these younger generations have to deal with, like it's insane. Like, oh yeah, dating's easier now because you could just use your phone. It's like, no, it's actually weirder because now people treat it like this weird fucking disposable like thing where they just scroll past you. You know, like, yeah, you're ugly. I don't like you. Like, boom. And uh, the other part of that, yeah, it's like the numbers are way more like intense, where it is like hundreds of them. My respects to this younger generation coming up. You know, like y'all are gonna have to deal with some new shit that just did not exist. And it's funny that we're talking about this because a little like friendship that just started with somebody that I've known for a long time. We talked about this stuff like last night or yes, I think it was like 2 days ago. And he mentioned he was like, I wish I had what you and Sandra had. I was like, I've known this guy for years. He's never said shit like that to me before. Like, how long has he been sitting on that? You know, and it's like that's why I tell you, like, you don't know what the fuck people are living, and how long he's been by himself, and like been seeing shit, and like getting sad, and just wondering if he's always gonna fucking be alone. Like, people, people are like struggling, bro, like bad. And I think like mentally, that's why I was always a little scared to put myself out there because I feel like I lend myself a little too much. He did say that. He did mention that because we always used to see him in person. He used to see that in person. Like he would see us at our stores and stuff, and he's like, "You guys are my like favorite customers. I got to know you guys really well, and like it was just really fun always seeing you guys." And I was like, I don't know. I always took it kind of like he was trying to be nice, like always just being like really sweet to us. But like that's also why I mentioned it to Center. Like that's not it. You know, there's more. Yeah, I think he did, and I took it more just like he was being kind of polite, like kind of like when you don't know what to compliment somebody. Like that's how my brain interpreted that. I don't know if I'm stupid. I don't know. I'm like really dense with stuff like that. It takes me a long time to figure shit like that out. With some people, it's like instantaneous, and because I don't know him like super super deeply, like I don't know if he's like just being sweet or he's just being like kind of appreciative of our time. I do. I do doubt myself a lot with that. I've started to. This is where I. No, I don't take it as insincere. I just think they're being nice. You know, like when you're being polite, like it's just a pleasantry. It's not that they're insincere. I think I'm taking it kind of like a compliment. You know, and I don't know how to take a compliment. I've never known to take a compliment. Like it's you can tell me that I'm really good at something and I'm just like I don't know what to say to it. I've always done that shit. Every time somebody does something to do that, like, and if you felt that, if you've ever said something to me like nice or complimentary, I'm just like I don't know what to say. Take it in the ass like a real man. I don't know. I struggle with that a lot with interpreting that, and also like I think because there's that disconnect where we don't really know each other that well. I was like, maybe he doesn't know what to say to me, so that's what he says. But now I do think about it, and I'm like, I need to start believing my partner. You know, like my wife says that there's something there, then I need to respect it, and I dishonor it by saying that it doesn't exist. You know, like you may not see something, but just because I don't see it doesn't mean it's not there. Yeah, and I need to trust her judgment too. Like, if she says I'm good at something, then I'm good at something. I can't discredit her take on shit. It's like I'm basically calling her fucking ignorant. Like, what the fuck do I know? Like, I don't know shit. Like, she knows. She knows. And that I've learned to trust her a lot more because of it. It's like, you see, she knew shit. She knew shit about me way before I knew it. So it's like I'm clearly stuck in a box. You know, like I should shut the fuck up and just listen to people when they tell me something because I don't fucking know. And that's the toxicity of being a guy. Like we don't fucking know, and we think we know, and we won't admit. You know, we won't admit that we didn't know or that we were confused. I've learned to fucking admit that I'm confused and I don't know. Like, who the fuck am I? I'm not a professor. I'm not a savant. I don't know anything. I'm still learning shit at 35 or 36 now. And there is pressure. It's like, oh, you don't know what the fuck you're doing? Like, you should. You should fucking know by now. Are you stupid? Are you dense? You should have your shit sorted out. Meanwhile, being a woman is begging to be believed. That's something I've had to like have Sandra walk me through. I'll be honest with you. And it's a cruel joke that happens. And that I've told her, like, the only thing I can do is help you laugh at it because it's fucking insane. Like, my family and even our friends sometimes, like, gaslight the shit out of her. And it's the most insane thing. Like, I don't get it. I really don't. Like, how can you just disbelieve someone when why would they're not doing you any harm? Yeah, like, it's harmful. It really is. If I tell her, I'm like, you need to just let it go. You know, you can't keep this in anymore. You can't keep expecting them to change their minds about you because they're never gonna do that. You know, you just gotta let them just self-destruct. I think her sister's bullshit coming up as well. Like, they're always having these issues with her, and I'm just like, you know that she's an idiot. You know, like, and even though your mom's your mom, like, there's gonna be little issues where your mom doesn't know better. You know, it's almost like this weird little camaraderie that happens with when women get together. Like, you kind of like digress, or what is it when you regress? Like, this regression, the relationships that you had in like your younger years kind of resurfaces. So my mother-in-law kind of goes back into her like 20s mode where she's like, well, maybe you should listen to us, you know, because we know. So Sandra's been having a little bit of struggles with that lately, and it's like just an extra little irritant with stuff that's been going on, like just little shitty attitudes. And my sister-in-law's a fucking dumbass, and it is my microaggressions are like just, well, it's not a big deal, you know, like just this and that. Like, I don't even need to get into specifics. It's just stupid shit. Like, you don't know, and Sandra does. And like, honestly, like, my sister-in-law's a fucking idiot, and she doesn't know anything. Like, you can't even get her to drive. Like, she doesn't know how to drive, bro. If you don't know how to fucking drive, like, just shut the fuck up. And she is smart. I've told her, I'm like, you and I, like, we're on a different level, and you and I need to respect that about ourselves, even if other people won't. Like, you and I are not idiots. So even though we're like treated like shit, like, unfortunately, like, they're wrong. You know, we gotta. You and I have to be our proof. In other words, it is. There's not that many of us. There's not that many people out here that can keep their fucking conversations. You know, like, they can't think past a certain level, and it's like, I know y'all are stuck there, but the rest of the world isn't. You know, there's other people that have complex train of thought, and like, she has a really hard time with that, with biting her tongue. I'm like, I don't fucking care anymore. It's like, and in my old Mexican guy way, I'm like, look, and I've told her, I'll be honest with you, look, no matter what happens at the end of the day, like, what's gonna happen is gonna happen. You know, if you're trying to, she's like the little boy with a thumb in the wall, or the, what is it, the dam. She's always trying to put her finger to stop that water from coming through, but it's like, you just gotta let it have its day. You're not gonna spare anybody. They're still gonna, that wall's still gonna come down, you know, like, and life is still gonna happen. You're not gonna stop it. Yeah, because life's not gonna pause for you. It's not gonna wait for you to be ready. Like people are gonna pass away, people are gonna get sick, people are gonna like do stupid shit. Like you and I have to be solid, and that's what I care about most. Like fuck everybody else, whatever happens with them, and the social media shit too. Like fuck everybody else. Like we're focusing on us. If they don't want to be along for the ride, then fuck them too. They don't want to be part of it. Fuck them too. Like they don't want to be associated with us. Fuck them. Fuck them all. You know, like they can all go fuck themselves. Anybody that's not vibing with us, like there's the fucking door, bro. Yeah, they do not support her doing social media stuff. They never have. And I had this little conundrum with myself. You know, like I was like, you know, as much as I've like taken some of my family off of my social media, like even if I hadn't, they still wouldn't fuck with me. Like this shit would still be left on red, bro. So I'm like, I'm not losing anything because I get doubt every once in a while. Like, should I just not be like this anymore? You know? And it's like they've had their chances. They've had billions of chances to stop being the way they fucking are. And it's like, yeah, they never have, never. And like, look, I did a deep dive, right? I go through my Instagram and I'm just like, it's crazy how many times like this one cousin has gone through my whole shit like since 2014 basically. She's liked all of my stuff, dude. Like all of it. Is that just fucking click? Yeah. I don't know. It just it's like the most like low key way of telling somebody you don't fucking matter, you know? And even with this recent stuff that's happened, I don't know if we've had conversations with you about it, but like just recent shit that's happened, like just really low burns, you know, like really low key burns, shade being thrown. Like it's just an irritating situation. Like you try to get away from it and it still finds its way. You know, people are still. It's a human thing, so we just have to like kind of swerve around it as it is. It's gonna be like that. I was kind of blown away. I was like, wow, I've never noticed that. You know, I've never noticed her like being there for all that stupid shit I was always posting. Yeah, it's whatever. Like I'm over it. I my joke now is like there's a billion people in the world, you know. Like I'm not gonna lose any sleep over y'all not showing up. It's just like I don't want to be there, you know. Like that's on you. You've been like that since day one, so I just finally started listening to what you were telling me. That's all it is. That you weren't there for that. Damn, how am I not sleepy? Are you sleepy, Haunted? Let's go to sleep. It's 3, dude. Do you have work tomorrow? Yeah, if they wanted, they would. Oh, PTO. My stupid brain was like potato. Potato, baby. I was like, huh? You suck. I'm getting paid to sleep in. I fell asleep early. I hate when that happens when you sleep too early and you're just like fucking tired and you can't go to sleep because you have too much energy. I didn't think I'd be awake this long, but I did sleep in a lot, so I think the stupid grapes are ready. Yeah, I'll probably get off stream so I can put Saturn to bed. She's like still stirring here and there. Oh, okay. Um, I'm wondering if she still has the stream on her phone. Yeah, I'll probably end the stream in a little bit. I can finish this day. Damn it, it's barely 9. But yeah, you can take off if you want to, so I can end this day and end the stream. I think I'll just take care of the chickens. Is it Christmas? Oh yeah, it is. It's almost Christmas. Good night, Haunted. Thank you for staying with me on this long stream that I did. It wasn't planned. It was just random. But Merry Christmas to you too. Go smoke a big one for me. I can't smoke shit. Oh, did I get the milk? God damn it. Oh my god. Well, it didn't hurt me as much as I thought it would. Damn, 238. 238 minutes. Well, good night, stream. Signing off.